hot chicken wings. I'm ready to get going. Oh, all right. I need to bring open more stuff. Sorry, I was scheduling a time to go on Gary's podcast. Don't know if you saw that early. Don't know if it'll happen or not, but maybe the end of June. We'll see. How y'all doing today? Mike Attitude, Carmat Mom, Not Indexed, Tracy, Bugsy, James Ress, Ashley Wynn, Robert Quit. I think that's everyone right now. How's everybody doing? It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter day today. It's been it hasn't been crazy busy. It's just, with wife having quite a bit of a flare up today on the autoimmune stuff, so it is what it is. Major joint pain, stuff like that. So been having to help a lot more around the house. So videos have been delayed and stuff. Live stream delayed, all that. How y'all doing? Let's see. Barbara, Wolf, Love My Aussie, Jim Williams, Angie. Thank y'all for being here. Let's see. America's warriors are the greatest asset we have. That's why we are establishing the Project Patriot Pipeline, the PPP. This initiative creates new strategic partnerships focused on the skilled trades and bringing America's best defense to the industrial base. All right. I don't know what he's talking about. Why do I feel like if I click that, I'll get a Trojan horse? Oh, well. Anyway, I don't know what that's about. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Hey, Wombat. Hey, Libertas. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Lefeliped? LC? How's it going? Oh, she will. It's just, first day off work. It can get like that. Especially if it was a really, really, really rough work day. Just a lot of stress just leads to flare-ups at times. We have it mostly under control. Like, low stress, eating rice and meat, or potatoes and meat, whichever one you prefer. Drinking nothing but water. Fixes everything. But the problem is obviously her job stresses her out and is insane. And, oh boy, could I ever tell you guys a funny story. I really want to blow the lid on this, on how hospitals are ran. I really want to, because where my wife works, I won't say, not until we're in a better financial place to where I can, once this channel starts doing well enough, the first thing that's happening is she's quitting her job. I wouldn't quit my job first, but she'll quit her job, which will be great. Just this week, some executives came down and screamed at my wife's manager and charge nurse because they were at staff level, like fully staffed that day. Fully staffed. Not overstaffed, fully staffed. And they made them send some people home and increase the workloads because their productivity was up 25%. And they said, no, you can't be doing that. They pay nurses decently well, but then they purposely keep them overstaffed constantly to squeeze out more productivity per nurse. Yeah, they have them understaffed in the most dangerous possible conditions. And also one thing that people don't understand either. Most people don't know that when the nurse comes in, they're going to be taking care of a vast majority of what doctors would be taking care of 10 years ago. Like I said, hospitals are getting way, way more dangerous. It's getting pretty bad. So, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there to you guys. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. Good. Glad to see you're doing good, Philip. I wish I could pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Oh, Felipe. Oh, it's just Felipe. Oh, duh. It's L Felipe DLC. Sorry, I couldn't see it. It's just all lowercase letters there, so it took me a second there, except for the L, of course. All right, I can't believe I'm actually interacting with you. I've dropped comments on your vids in the past. You've liked a bunch. I've never joined a YouTube live till now. No, you're good. You're good, man. I appreciate you being here. Super awesome to have all you guys here. Let's see. Artem. Artem Trollingsworth. Yeah, used to be Arthemesia. Changed that channel name. That was a difficult one for people to spell out. And I was like, my channel will never take off if people have to look 7 times as to how they spelled the name beforehand. And if they can't memorize it off the top of their head, then it's not going to work. So I just changed it to Artie Trolls. Because everyone just would call me Artie, you know? Yeah, nurses don't make that crazy much. They do get paid good. Don't get me wrong. They get paid good. But good for a fully staffed job. You know what I mean? It's not good for a job that's purposely understaffed. Now, if it was just understaffed a lot because of a nursing shortage, sure, that's fine. That's totally fine. But yeah, they don't do that. And this is what's dangerous about it. A lot of people come up and go, "Oh, boo-hoo, these nurses don't know, or these nurses don't know real work and stuff like that." Actually, they do more work than what I do in a factory by a long shot. They not only don't even hardly get techs because they don't pay techs enough to do the nasty job that techs do, which is lifting up 700-pound people and wiping their butts. So nurses get to do that. Well, they also have to calculate all your medications, keep you alive if you're on a machine. Doctors, they very, very, very rarely ever interact with the patients whatsoever. They come in, they give their opinion. Usually, a lot of the times, too, if a doctor comes in and goes, "Oh, what's going on with this?" And nurse will be like, "Well, they've had this problem, this problem, this problem. They probably just need this, this, and this." And the doctor will be like, "All right." And then the doctor pieces out. Goes and writes up everything. Nurse goes and takes care of all the medication. Draws up the medication. Measures out the medication. Takes the blood. The blood, if, it's low, high, or whatever, No, the nurse doesn't take the blood. The phlebotomist is. But a phlebotomist is underneath a nurse. They don't even require a degree. So a phlebotomist will come take the blood. And then the nurse, gets it read out. Doctor will be like, "Okay, yep, all this stuff is here." They're like, "Okay, cool." Then they deliver all the medications. Doctor does not. So, yeah, crazy stuff. Anyway, we're going to be going over some stuff, guys. Tell me, because I have a feeling you guys are way more in the know than I am right now. Okay? So, tell me real quick. Yeah, 30-second visit from a doctor. Exactly. $100,000. That's right. I mean, yeah, pretty much. So, but anyway, tell me, guys, what is going on with Fax Me and everything else going on here? Who's calling who out? I have missed this form of drama somehow. Well, not somehow. I've been busy. I've been pretty busy. It's been pretty crazy. And I mainly just focus on the stuff of the day. And then I go bounce and hang out with the kids and help the wife out as much as I can, especially whenever it gets to these spring times and a little bit in the fall. Because of how active the atmosphere is and stuff like that, weather drastically affects, especially like crazier weather that's like more stormy weather, drastically affects my wife's autoimmune issues, flares them up quite a bit. Summertime, they almost completely go away. Wintertime, they come in pretty good, but it's easier for her to just lay down with the kids when it's like ice cold outside. So it's not as bad. But yeah, it's, man, it's just, it's that turmoil. We just had some serious storms blow through, and that has just messed with her bad on top of a really, really, really bad work week. So, it is what it is, and she has to constantly lift up people that are so unbelievably heavy all the time. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, I've been unfortunately not able to focus like on outside things outside of the videos I cover and the live streams. It's just been bam, straight to work, straight to this, and then straight to helping the wife and kids. So that's my life right now. No, I did not watch Bronson's video. Let's bring up Bronson's video. So this started. Now, I've been getting whisperings from some people. Okay? Okay. We're going to be going over to Gary's after this also. He's got a crazy interview coming up tonight. Let's see. Truth about Paramount not so tactical. Nice. What the heck is this? Did Bronson switch sides or something? Or did he's not making a joke, right? Let's see. Fax me drama. Oh! Well. Maybe able to listen to a little bit of this. Why spaces, though? Go to here. What's this? Yeah, there's some serious infighting going on. Hey, Ash Bay, for the $5 there, sticker. Nice. Thank you so much for that. A laughing lemon head. Laughing lemon head. Sounds like something Homer Simpson would say. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
We'll see who shows up for this thing.
Oh, it's play. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, it's down here. Oh. Let us see. Oh. Is there any way I could make this like a lot more convenient than just this? Picture in picture? Okay. All right, that works. I guess. Up and then it puts it back over there. That's stupid. No, that's dumb. Both buttons do the same thing and they're next to each other? Why? Connection is secure. Cool. I'm glad that. Was I supposed to open that and see that connection wasn't secure? I guess. All right. Sound automatic. Okay. These are some weird settings. Fully automatic sound. I don't know what this is. Okay. I'll play this. Let's go to Bronson. Let's see. Where's his video? Candace Owens sitting out cease and desist letters, or is something else going on? Okay. I covered this, that he got a cease and desist. Can I go? No, go to YouTube. No, Grok. Or Grok. I'm just going to start calling this app Grok.
Who do we believe, guys?
It's a good question. Go to YouTube. Just go. Get. Ooh, this is a 48-minute video, too. Okay.
Guys.
All right. We'll try to get through as much of this as possible here. Go through this. And Fax Me also has uploaded a hour and 48-minute video. I thought these would be shorter than that. This might be a two-parter, guys. This might be a two-parter. Anyway, let's see. Cartmat Moms has the arrows up. Oh, and thank you again, Ash Bay. I just want to make sure I properly thank you for that $5. That's very nice of you. Okay, Mike Attitude. Bronson went in too hard and too soon, I think. Yeah, I mean, I got whisperings from people. A couple people messaged me and said, hey, there's something a little weird about Fax Me. And I was like, all right, like, you know, like what's going on? They're like, I don't know. It's not looking good. It looks like people are infighting or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. You know, somebody messaged me. I'm not going to say who, but they were like, do you find it weird that this dude is like saying that Candace sent him a cease and desist? And I was like, well, to be honest, no. I don't necessarily find that weird. And then that's it. That's all I've heard. And I'm like, okay, so I know it's something about that. Did he make a claim that he got a cease and desist but actually didn't get one? Or did it have something to do with someone else? Or did he actually say something that Candace Owens could legitimately get him on? Is that maybe the big deal? Maybe he actually did mess up and she actually has some legitimacy to sue and then he's using that to come in. Or is everyone else just full of crap and trying to just jump on this guy? I don't know. But we'll definitely see it. So let's see here. Rosa America says, join us in Spaces. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should. I should start doing that. I didn't know anybody did that, or really. I mean, I knew Spaces existed, but I didn't know anybody here did the Spaces. Let's see. Index. There's no infighting. It's literally Shady causing all of the problems. One person. Shady Lady. Shady Lady. Who's the Shady Lady? Do we got a Shady Lady amongst us? Lots of us on there. Gary has been hosting them. Action Bronson doesn't affiliate the other guy. Isn't Bronson the absolute total Candace simp? No. Bronson's never been a Candace simp. That's Bednars. What's his first name? I just like his last name because it's funny. Bednar's? Can't remember. It's not that important. Yes. Oh, hear my voice just like go out. That was weird. All right. Anyway, reach out to Fax Me and talk to him. I could do that. Well, did he delete his ex? I heard he deleted his ex. I guess I'll double check. That's the only way I had to get a hold of him. Bronson did choose to join with Shady, and Steven seemed to be acting odd. Who is Shady? Spaces, Bronson, Lady Luck. Oh, okay, Lady Luck. Are y'all calling Lady Luck Shady Lady? We can help you get to where Stefan shows his email box. Stefan. I don't know if he calls himself Stephen or Stefan, but I'm taking a shot in the dark. I just met the guy, so he's faxed me to me. No, that's fair though. I can learn his proper name there. His email box where he did get the legal letter, and I can timestamp on Steph's reply. In fact, you're calling him Steph instead of Steve there, or Steph for short. So I'm guessing it's Stefan. I got a buddy named Stefan. I need to talk to him sometime. I need to talk to both of them. Both of them monkeys there. They're practically twins, Josh and Stefan. It's been a while. Man, if life hadn't been so busy. Man, I would love to get them around a campfire and just BS for a bit. Be a good time. Let's see. I need to reach out to them sometime. I need to figure out a good way to catch them. He never mentioned Candace. Oh, he never mentioned Candace? Interesting. I thought he got one from I thought he did. Weird. Candace doesn't do anything legit. Shady lady accused faxed me of faking the letter altogether. Why'd she do that? Huh, interesting. He said too much drama on X. Lawsuit looked legit. Interesting. There's no real drama though. I can send his email. Cherokee Chick for 5 says, thank you for keeping it real. Blessings to all. Ah, thank you. Shady Lady, you'll see when you look into it. Okay. Shady Lady Katie. He got one, but his attorney advised him to redact it, and he would not say who the two people it was. And people said it was fake because it was redacted. Okay. Well, I mean, the only thing we could do is just kind of be like, okay, well, whenever you're ready to tell us who did it, or show who did it, then we'll take a look at it, I guess. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. That's interesting. Hey, no problem. You're not late yet. I'm going to be starting the videos here soon. Actually, did put out information that was incorrect and unverified, like the Robert Owens selling a house story. Robert Owen. Okay. I told him he was wrong, Robert Owens, and he blocked me after he requested from me. Oh, okay. Faxed implied it was Candace when he showed the redacted version. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I thought I saw something like that. Faxby is in some controversy over posting a comedian who did a parody of Candace's sister, which was a skit, not her actual sister, as he stated. Oh. Well, now that's interesting. All right. I guess we'll get into this, guys. That gives me a little bit of update. Let's go ahead and we'll, is there anything going on here? Lovely, neutering your pets once they reach a certain... yeah, duh. Gotta let them grow. Gotta let them grow just a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not fine. Maybe it's terrible. All right. Anything here? Just kind of looking. Marjorie Taylor Greene defends voter app, left-wing voter app. Yeah, Sean Ryan's thing. Wait, really? Now it's drawn backlash? FBI probes journalist Elizabeth Lane. Oh, I should, wait, I did show that, right? Did I post it? Yeah, good. Okay. I'll go ahead and little retweety. You guys should retweet the crap out of this if you're on X, because this is a great breaking story. Elizabeth Lane being under investigation now. Okay, now is there anything else? What was the last one? Oh, that was the last one. I wanted to see this though. So, okay, they are talking about the June 1st episode. Why is it just now trending? That's weird. All right, whatever. Let's get into Bronson's video here, guys. Let's take a look.
Who's telling the truth?
I don't know.
Who has the most to gain by embellishing or even just flat out lying and creating things essentially out of thin air. Is it okay for people on this side to be doing similar things that Candace Owens or other people in the Candace Owens sphere seem to be doing? What's acceptable? What isn't? Before we get into this video, I just want to start by saying that these are my opinions. I don't speak for anybody but myself. There's a solid chance that I'm going to say some things that you might disagree with or that you just might flat out not like. And that's okay. I really don't care. You are entitled to your opinions. What I care about is whether or not people are being genuine, whether they're being honest, whether they have honest intentions or they have some other type of agenda. Which leads me to the topic of today's video, which is Stephen Lancaster, aka Fax Me. Just to give you a short brief history, and I'm going to go over
I have been corrected. It is Stephen.
This more in depth in the video. Stephen has done some things that, in my opinion, at the very least, seemed a little disingenuous. One of those things that I can recall off the top of my head was sharing a video, a small clip.
Oh, wait a minute. Shady Lady is different from Lady Luck then. Okay. I thought you guys were calling Lady Luck Shady Lady. Because I don't remember anybody being... Wait, hold on. Shady Lady's on X. Oh. Okay. All right. Hold on. Because she's the one that... This is Shady. Okay. Duh. Oh. Okay. So what is going on? Like, how did... So she's the one? Is that what's going on? Okay. This is going to be some lore. I can't believe I've missed all of this. Somehow. I am so confused as to what's going on. I'm glad you guys are here clearing it up for me. Thank you guys. Because I would be completely lost right now. I have no freaking clue. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're definitely going to get there. We're going to figure some crap out. Apparently, this is some pretty juicy stuff. I don't know what I did with my... Oh, nope. It fell. Ah, fell underneath the seat. This thing just slips right on out now. Let's see. I'm going to turn. It is so hot up here. There we go. All right, let's get it on.
Which we're going to take a look at, where he used somebody's content and then passed it off as somebody claiming to be Candace Owens' half-sister and making accusations against Candace Owens, which I'm totally fine with if that were the case and it wasn't misrepresented. I'll let you decide. I'm just going to show you what I found and I'm going to give my opinion on it. You can like it or not. Now, I can't show you the original post on X that Fax Me made because, as most of you probably know, he's deleted his X account, which is another pretty big red flag for me. But I can show you the comment that I made on it. Now, the initial post was just the video that he still has up on YouTube, which I'll show you, where he posts the content of that person claiming to be Candace Owens' half-sister or whatever. Here was my response to this. I can't tell if this is trying to be parody or not. If that's not her half-sister, miss me with this, dude. Candace and the Commentators are easy enough to make fun of on their own. No need to make shit up or spread false information. That's what they do. Now,
it's a fair point. Fair point if true. I don't know what the original post said, so I mean, I don't know. But that's the take I would have, yeah.
Now, this was originally posted on February 21st of 2026. That's the same day that Stephen made this post here on X, and then also the same day that he posted the video on YouTube. So let's go to YouTube just so you guys can play the video in case you don't remember, never seen it, or just are unfamiliar with it for whatever reason.
There was this one time on the playground. She was
Is she wait, hold on.
with
You're just gonna glaze over that?
For whatever
Are you kidding
reason.
me? There we go. Yeah. I know exactly which picture this is too. That's hilarious. She just holding hot dogs? That's awesome. I love this edit. So this is supposedly the sister that was here, I guess. Alrighty. And this was parody. I don't think I've seen this video at all. Interesting. Angela McDonald, for the $10. Thank you so much. I really enjoy listening to you. Fun. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. Alrighty. Let's hear some Bronson.
One time on the playground, she was caught with like a hot dog in the zipper of her pants.
What?
She did not have the best childhood, you know, like it was rough going. And I think I know where a lot of her viewpoints are stemming from.
Good morning, my friends. Today I'm sharing with you an interesting video, and take it for what it's worth. This is Candace Owens' half-sister, who claims she has been ostracized by Candace, and that's to be expected because she doesn't seem to be too fond of her. This video was sent to me by a follower from my Facebook page. I don't want to say their name without their permission, so I'm just going to roll with it. I'll admit, this video took a hot minute to track down as far as a playable version.
I mean, so far I don't really see an issue. If he just got duped and it turned out it was, he didn't realize it was a parody. So far I'm just like, well, things happen. Offer a retraction, you know what I mean? But, and obviously delete the original video for sure, no matter what. And it's not a video that did like particularly well, I would say, because I mean, if you see, wait, can you fax me? It's only got 16 likes, 4 comments. It's not a video that he would even lose any money on. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Is it still up? Bronson made a garbage bin, and he knows it. They turned him into the obscure YouTuber not worthy of a cease and desist. They forgot how Trump used his meme, and Candace still mad about it. Yeah. I don't know exactly what you mean though when you say he made a garbage bin and he knows it. Praising him, or are you like dunking on him? I can't even tell. Sorry. Anyway, take it for what it's worth. That doesn't that mean he knows that it's fake? I mean, he could be saying that this is a story that someone is telling. They could be making it up. Could be his sister still, or her sister still, but that doesn't mean necessarily that your sibling is, because obviously they don't like each other, kind of the implication. So she could be lying, is what he's probably thinking. He's like, it's possible she's fabricating the story, but this is her sister. I think that's more the angle he was coming from. If I had to guess, I could be wrong. He could have been like, oh, I know I am lying, and said that to help cover himself, but I don't know. Just one of those things that you kind of have to just, I don't know, assume or ask him, you know what I mean? They keep saying he took down his ex, but he has all his other socials. Huh, interesting. I don't know. We'll get further into this. We'll see what happens.
What was sent to me was a screenshot of a dead link. In other words, the video no longer exists at the link provided for Instagram. This was literally just a screenshot. So I had to do some digging to find a cached version of the video that luckily I was able to rip. So check this out. This is Candace's half-sister talking about how mentally unstable she was when they were younger.
Because I think it was this time we were little and we went to a McDonald's and they had no more Barbie doll toys. The girls got Barbies, boys got Hot Wheels, and I got the last Barbie doll toy, and she had to use the Hot Wheels. And she was beside herself. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't speak for like a whole week. It was a really great week for everybody else, but like for that week, she was devastated. And again, I'm like not
for an entire week. That is a funny parody. Actually, that's very funny. I can tell you this. I don't like what Fender's doing. If Fender wanted to protect their copyright, they should have done it 60 years ago. That ship has sailed. That ship has long sailed. Same with Gibson. Gibson never should have been able to protect their copyright on their Gibson guitars at all, because they had 45 years to get that figured out and protected. They didn't. And by law, they have forfeited their own copyright. That's just it. If there are copies being made, prominent copies, famous copies, ESP's made copies for 40 years. Ibanez, well, I don't know if Ibanez has, but I mean, I'm sure they have a single cut copy. There's plenty of guitar companies that have made copies. So when it just comes down to those lawsuits, they've had time to defend them for over 40 to 60 years. They decided not to. It only takes 20 years of them not defending their copyright for it to go public and be in the public domain. So tough. They should have thought about that decades ago. Decades ago. And they had a 20-year span where they could have defended it, and they knew it. They had 20 years to act, and they chose not to. And then they don't even act for, Fender doesn't act for 60 freaking years. And now they want to claim that people can't make Strat Telecaster or whatever, or Jaguar or whatever copies now. They just own them. Nah, tough. Should have thought about it. Anyway, that's just an off-subject thing. Glad you agree there, Rustic. Thank you.
A psychotherapist, but I feel like that might have something to do with it. The other thing being that there was this one time on the playground, she was caught with a hot dog in the zipper of her pants, and she was just screaming her tiny little head off, and she was saying being a man is pain, and had this fucking hot dog stuck in the zipper of her pants.
I mean, that just sounds hilarious, to be honest. But anyway, I don't care to really watch this part because I already know it's fake now. I've already kind of gone over that. So yeah, he goes through it. Okay, here's Bronson again.
One, that it was one of his followers over on Facebook sent it to him. This seems to be a bit of an ongoing theme with this dude. Second thing that he says is maybe whoever sent this was a dead link.
I have people send me stuff on X all the time, so I mean, I don't know. People could be sending stuff on Facebook. I don't think it's that far of a stretch, to be honest. But we'll see where he's going though with it.
And that he had to track this down.
Have something to do with it.
You mean this link? The one over on
that,
Instagram for Alien Reese's own Instagram page. Who's Allison Reese, by the way? What does Allison Reese do? Well, Allison Reese is a comedian. Is she super well known? Not really. She started gaining some traction and attention back 2025, early 2025, because of her Kamala Harris impressions, which are actually quite funny. But the video...
I'll check that out. But in all fairness, he might not have just known. I don't know. Somebody could have sent it to him under a different link, and maybe it was deleted off that link, and he never bothered to check and see who this person actually was. Was there at all any kind of stamp or a watermark in the video? I don't know. It's tough to know what someone's doing or thinking behind closed doors without actually knowing. You know what I mean?
That he used dates all the way back to November 16th of 2020. She did a parody video.
Oh, he put it back up after he found out it was parody? So he took it down, put it back up, took it down, then put it back up. Oh. Okay.
Was in response to a Candace Owens tweet that got quite a bit of headlines when she made the comment, I believe it was something along the lines of, bring back manly men. In fact, if you go to the description on Allison Reese's own video, it says, after tweeting, bring back manly men, Candace Owens' sister, not half-sister, sister, is here to set the record straight. So if he was able to find a link to this video, which is on Instagram, which is on her page still to this day,
sure,
it should have taken him all of 2 seconds to scroll through Allison Reese's content and understand that, no, she's not Candace Owens' half-sister, which she never claimed. She's definitely not Candace Owens' full sister, which she's claiming as a joke in this obvious parody video.
Right.
But she does a ton of parody. Her whole page is filled with nothing but parody. So either a viewer of his actually sent this to him, and he didn't even bother to take 2 seconds to do just a little bit of due diligence to figure out if what he was sharing was truthful or not, or he found this all on his own, packaged it, and made up this story about a viewer sending it to him and how difficult it was for him to find a link. I know what I think happened. Now, before we talk about this...
I mean, definitely possible. It could be that maybe he's just wanted to get some extra clicks or something too. I don't know. It's not the craziest situation yet. It probably gets crazier, if I had to guess. But so far, we're starting lukewarm. That's kind of that's how you have to start anyway. So, we'll see what happens here. She doxed Steven Crowder in his divorce. Yes, Candace did do that. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Candace definitely doxed Steven Crowder's divorce. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of one of those things, too, with the whole lady getting involved with the FBI there. I wonder if the connection that she has is also connected Candace Owens. If that same FBI guy is kind of how Candace Owens manages to dox so many people. I don't know, though. It'd be interesting to find out. Hopefully that investigation turns something up.
Part of his live stream where he's claiming he received a cease and desist letter.
So is this the only issue?
Heavily implies
no way this is the only issue in 48 minutes.
That it came from Candace Owens, or at
We're
least
only 8 minutes
heavily
in.
signaled to his audience that that's what he wants you to pick up. There was a little while ago where he posted some AI video. It was like a conversation. I believe it was between Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, maybe, or something. I could be getting the specifics.
Oh, I'm not attacking Bronson or anything like that. I'm just seeing the angle he's coming from. I'm just dipping my toes in the water on this drama here.
This wrong. But it was about a conversation they had at some type of bridal thing or picking out a bride, whatever it was. He got called out on that too. So in my opinion, he already had pretty much 2 big strikes going against him prior to this cease and desist thing. So much so that I made that comment back in February and I just stopped paying attention to this dude altogether. Now, if you go to his YouTube channel, you will notice that he has 42,000 subs. Going to talk about that a little later on in this video. But let's go ahead and see what he says about this cease and desist letter.
But anyways, let's move on, guys. I want to get to this super amazing cease and desist that FaxMe received yesterday. And I needed to wait until I heard from my attorney to make sure I could safely talk about this. He sent me back the files with the redactions. But as you can see on the screen, I'm going to read this to you the best I can. There is a lot of redactions. This came from an attorney in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, per the advice of my attorney, he said not to mention who this came from. Okay, but it came from Nashville, Tennessee.
That is an intended implication.
Yeah, that's how I took it at first too. Yeah, for sure. When I saw the video, okay, so that's how he implied Candace Owens. Yeah, for sure. So I agree. That's definitely very, very, very intentional, I would say. Yeah. Oh, eyelash in the eye, right in the eye. That comes. I think I got it. If not, well, we'll figure that out when we burn that bridge.
Who is he implying? Well, obviously we know who he's implying there.
Hey,
because
GGB.
many people posted about it on X and said that Candace Owens is now sending out cease and desist letters. But for whatever reason, you guys didn't stop and think, FaxMe, the guy who gets a few thousand views per video, Candace Owens, or anybody in the Candace Owens sphere is going to worry about that guy?
It depends. It does depend because there's a couple of good reasons. One, he could actually have, the obvious one, he could have genuinely did something wrong to where Candace Owens got him and could end up actually making him pay. Always a possibility, you know what I mean? And then 2, it could be that he put out a specific video that did something that Candace really didn't like. And maybe she really wanted to retaliate against him because it did happen to get decent views or he supplied something. I mean, it is a good point in a sense that Candace Owens would certainly go after Gary before any one of us. So, I don't know. That's not something that I necessarily thought about either. But FaxMe did go to... Did he end up going to UV? I'm pretty sure he went to UVU with Gary, didn't he? So... I don't know. It's interesting. But he's saying from Nashville, Tennessee. Naturally, everybody's inclination is definitely going to go straight to Candace. That's what my assumption was. Straight up. So, I don't know. I kind of understand. But at the same time, I don't know. It's a gray area. It's a gray area for sure.
That dude is going to get a cease and desist letter. That would be like me coming on here and saying that I got a cease and desist letter. Now, do I think Candace Owens knows who I am? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe, but if that's the case, it's not because she's seen my content. That would be the case that maybe Ian Carroll had mentioned me, but I don't see why he would. Maybe she saw me on Paramount Tactical's channel. It could be, but I doubt it. I'm not what I would consider to be a very big concern to somebody like Candace Owens. Let's go up a step a little bit. Artie Trolls. It's got about 29,000 subscribers, pushing 30,000. He's been going pretty hard at Candace for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, guilty as charged. That's right. I didn't think I was getting a mention, though. Awesome, man. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. Anytime anybody mentions my name on a video, it completely shocks me. I don't care if they have 200 subscribers or if they have 200,000 subscribers. It's a blessing, and I appreciate it so much, no matter who it comes from. It's a very nice thing for someone to do. So, thank you, Bronson. Appreciate it. But, yeah. Oh, I went backward on that. Crap. Sorry, guys. Closed out of my chat for a second. But yeah, I don't know. It is definitely interesting, isn't it? You know, I understand people saying it's not gray and whatnot, but let's see. Watch Panic Room, pretty underrated thrill. Really? Oh, I'll have to check that out. I commented on his video that very day that it's Candace Owens. Artie and Fax Me liked my comment. Wait a minute. Did Fax You actually like that comment? Can I go back? Which comment is that? Can I go back and see that, actually? Because that would be pretty wild. Tell me where at, because I'll pull that up. That'd be pretty crazy to see that he has actually liked it. Then it will get rid of the gray completely for me. And I'll be like, yeah, he did imply Candace Owens. If that is around here. Is it on X or anything? Hey, White House stuff. Did the White House finally logged? All right. Can we just not use Gen Z or is it Gen Z or is it safe to say that that's actually a Gen Alpha term? Let's see. Who is Fax You? Oh, I see. Fax You. That's an Austin Powers joke, right? Let's see here. What Bronson is missing is what the Candace opposers have shown. Even showed her driveway. And others merely prove her wrong from her own words. Oh, okay. So Fax Me actually showed Candace Owens' driveway? Huh. There's a few lives on right now. My son said Artie, so Artie won. Hey, awesome. You got an awesome son. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So, yeah, Anne. I keep wanting to say Anna. Ann Rogers. So yeah, where did that happen at? Was it on YouTube or was it on X? We'll keep this going until I get an answer there. Oh, yes, Ann, sorry. Well, did you get that comment on like X or YouTube or where could I see that he actually ended up liking your comment? I would like to pull that up. Just make sure there's no gray area on that. We'll see what happens.
Has Artie Trolls received a cease and desist letter?
Not to my knowledge.
We can go a step up further than that. We'll go Joshua Carr.
If she did, it's in my spam folder.
Joshua Carr, I think, is knocking on the door to 70,000 subs. He as well has been going pretty steady at Candace Owens. I don't recall Joshua Carr reporting that he's received any type of cease and desist letter. Now we can go all the way to the top if you want. Probably one of the largest content.
Yeah. Did you say that on his channel? And he gave it a like? Because I can pull up Fax. Let's go to Fax Me right here. That could be the case then. Which video was it that he said? Okay, how about this? Cease. I think I. Oh, come on, really? What? Is it this video?
That it's
wow. Okay. In Candace's world, she doesn't have to abide by the contract she signed. Why? How many employees? Okay. Wait. Candace Owens served cease and desist. Never mind. Candace Owens cease and desist. 5 months ago, Candace Owens Project Constitution cease and desist. I think he may have deleted his video on it. Or that, or I'm just... Yeah. Did he delete his video? Gatekeepers have lost my respect. Oh. Did he delete his video? This is a little nuts. Just the other day. So this was just a day ago. Surely not, right? I mean, I don't think it'll bring anything else up, right? Yeah, it won't. Oh, man. No, it's still there? What is the video called? Shoot, it's all blocked off by this. Crap. Crap baskets. Okay. Let's see. Victor Marks destroys Candace Owens. Every breath you take. Parody. Let's see. What's this one? Apple destroy grifters forever. Shoot, I need to find that video. Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess it could be under lives, huh? Maybe. Let's see. Well, let's see. Let's see. It's its YouTube channel. I believe it was maybe Saturday morning. It's the one we're talking about now. Yeah, I'm just trying to find that video. Yeah, so this is bringing up all of them. Was it a live? What is it? His live? He did say it was a video, but I could still comment on these. I wonder if he deleted his video on this. Surely not. Oh, these are all the lives. Oh, okay. Never mind. This shouldn't be hard to find. Let's see. Going to Russia. Yeah, I don't see anything about a cease and desist. I don't remember this video being hard to find for me, though. I'm pretty sure I covered it on my channel, and I pulled it up. Because I remember him saying it came from Nashville, and he had to bleep out the lines. That's, like, I remember seeing that. No, I know it's the one I'm showing now in this video here. Oh, wait, it's this video that he's going over? The gatekeepers lost my respect? No, it can't be this. Because this was 9 hours ago. So it couldn't have been this one. That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, it's, Wait, oh, did Bronson comment on the pin? Let's see. No, he didn't comment it there. Did he put it in the... Actually, talk about the future holds? Is this it? This could be it.
Brings directly to me.
Here it is. Okay, cool. So now I can go through and find every single comment he liked. We're gonna get to you. I bet I find you. Bet I find you. Let's see. Just, to make sure. 9948. Let's take a look. Man, he likes actually every single one too. He put some time in. I'm sorry, guys. I am letting you all down right now. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, this is top comments. Dang it. Oh, I got to do this all over again now. That sucks. Okay. Thank you, YouTube. All right. Here's how I'm doing this. I'm going to cheat. We're going to go all the way down, guys. We're going to go all the way down till there is no more down. Now I'm going to type in Ann. All right. There's only 20. Ann Sharp. Channel. That's great. That actually wastes channel. Channel. Shoot. 10, 11. And then, oh, it just keeps going. Oh, here we go. And, yep. Interesting. So, unfortunately, I can't quite see if your comment's there or not. Now, how about this, though? I could do something a little different. I could type in Candace. You did say weeks before the cease and desist that you were headed off of Candace because you have other thing of interest to move forward with. Okay. If you don't cover Candace, okay, it's not about that. I'm still here with or without Candace. Oh, it's people coming. Okay, this is like from a day ago. Okay, let's go back to before all this happened. She's an absolute idiot, Stefan. She's doing exactly what Candace Owens is doing to Erica. Okay. Let's see. Guessing Savannah. Okay. I think he's not a lot of people are mentioning Candace, and that doesn't seem organic. But I don't know. Because a part of me wonders if he's deleted possibly any comments, but I don't know. I don't know what it was like before here. But he could have deleted comments technically before if I'm playing like I would know, but I don't know. He might not have. I'm just throwing a theory out there. If he wanted to cover up some tracks on the video, one thing he could do is dislike any comments or anything, or not dislike, just delete any comments that were like, oh, this is Candace Owens. And instead of just simply unliking it to where then that person could speak out, maybe they just delete it. Just delete it so they can't prove it if they speak out. But that is very presumptuous of me because I don't know. I wouldn't accuse him of that because I have no reason to. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe that happened because, it was not live, made a comment. Yeah, he put a little heart like button around your comment when he said Candace Owens' attorney, and he goes by the name Tripp. It's possible. I don't know. It could have been on a different video too, maybe. I don't know. He didn't delete the comments. They are still there. You saw them. Is Bronson that desperate for content that he has to go after one of us? Well, I don't know. I don't know about this drama very well yet. We're getting into it. We're going through a little bit of it. Just kind of watching, seeing what people are coming to. Oh, you found Anne's comment? Am I blind? What's wrong with me? Wait, hold on. How did you? Can you send me? Oh crap. Really? Am I that blind? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna just... how did you get to the comment? Why is it not loading for me? Am I on the wrong... Maybe I'm on the wrong video, right? Back. There any cease and desist? Pops up here. Oh, no. No, I think I'm on the wrong video. Maybe? Am I on the wrong video? Because I don't see him bring up the cease and desist letter at all here. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, this is definitely different. None of this pops up. So I'm on the wrong video. That's the problem. I'm on the total wrong video. Fax me videos. Oh, I see. These are all the videos? Okay. So Candace Owens' half-sister speaks. What the future holds. This one, and this one. Those are all the videos he goes over.
There was this one time.
Okay. So there's that. This obviously isn't the one that has the directly cease and desist. This one doesn't either. Because this is what the future holds. I don't know what this has to do with that. Okay.
Now, Stephen Lancaster.
What is this? Okay. Don't know what that's about either.
Family and disrespect.
Candace Owens exposed, CNN dismantles. Yeah, what? That's odd. So the video that he's reacted to right now is not in here. Would that happen if he deleted the video? Would it get delisted from here? Huh. Am I crazy? Link me the video, guys. If you can get a hold of the video, please send me the link. So that way I could just go there and find it.
Creators there is that's pushing back against Candace Owens.
Sorry,
it's
guys.
twofold.
I must.
We're going to have Gary from
I don't know what's wrong
Paramount
with me.
Tactical, and we're going to have Graham Allen. Have those guys received any cease and desist letters from Candace
Now, see, Graham Allen would probably also be top dog of giving a cease and desist. He's got millions of subscribers, right?
Owens?
So
Or
there's
from
that.
anybody in the Candace Owens sphere? Now, one of the
Candace
justifications or excuses that I've heard for Stephen Lancaster
Graham
here
Allen.
getting some type of cease and desist
Oh,
is that he's being
Graham Allen has only 191,000 subscribers? What? His show's so good. I thought he had like a couple
trolled
million.
by maybe a
Wow.
candatard or something
Okay,
along
never
those
mind.
lines. Okay. So fax me. They're going to troll fax me with a cease and desist letter. Sounds good. Fair enough. Fair point. But now he's claiming that he sent it to his attorney. So an attorney is not going to know if a cease and desist letter is in fact real or not. You don't think that Stephen Lancaster, had he received a cease and desist letter and contacted an attorney with it, whether he had an attorney prior to or not, wouldn't have gone through and contacted the law firm that's this cease and desist allegedly came from to confirm its authenticity or not? That would have been probably the first thing his lawyer would have done. So anybody making the excuse that he's trolled and it's
Fair
not
enough.
real and that it's candidatards messing with him, I would have entertained that if he had not stated the fact that his lawyer has already
Hey,
been
Jill,
through
thank
this.
you so much.
So much so that he made redactions and told him what he can and cannot talk about. So this is the post that initially went out that I think most people saw on X from Raven Grace. I think I know why Candace is saying she's going to find out who is posting about her all day, every day. To send out cease and desist and get people's accounts taken down. Candace, Fax Me is one of the most low-key channels out there. He uses humor. All his accounts, you say? F you. Irreparable harm, you say? In your words yesterday, the audacity. She's pissed about the truth about her coming out. Her numbers are down and her supporters are leaving. I expect more letters.
Well, okay, so hear me out, actually. Him getting a cease and desist from Candace actually very well would make sense if he's coming out and saying that this parody person that is parody, and he takes away what Candace viewed as is him taking away the parody aspect and saying, no, this is real. I could see Candace Owens then going after him, going, hey, this ain't good. This isn't. You should not have presented this as real. And again, see, that kind of circles back around to if he actually did something that Candace Owens could get him for. So it could be it could be a legit cease and desist from Candace, and it would be justified from Candace Owens. You see what I'm saying? Because he went out and said something about Candace Owens' family and Candace Owens herself that wasn't actually true. So at the end of the day, this might not. This may be a big misunderstanding. Big misunderstanding. Fax Me has no choice but to remove the video. Fax Me could, and this is just perfect world, guys. Build it all up to where the dominoes fall perfectly. Fax Me gets duped into thinking this is actually Candace Owens' sister. He makes said video about this being Candace Owens' sister. Candace Owens sees it and goes, this is a parody. I know where the parody account is. Candace finds it. She goes, this is definitely a parody. This guy doctored this on purpose to make me look bad, you know? But maybe he didn't actually do it on purpose. Gets a cease and desist letter, posts about it and goes, hey, look at this. And then gets confronted with the reality of, oh, oops, I actually messed up. Then he has to delete the video. Then other people in our sphere see him do something like that and then go, wait a minute, what are you doing? and then kind of turn on him in a way. And he's really just like, no, I made a mistake, but I can't really say, or I can't really show that I made a mistake, because then it makes me look more guilty against Candace Owens. I might not be able to say anything. I have to pull this down. You know what I mean? But it's just if. You know what I mean? Because I'm not in his head. I'm not in anybody's head, so I don't know. Unless there's actual proof, I can't really do this. But I'm just speculating as to how this could be going down. You know what I mean? It's possible that everybody, or not everybody, it's possible he really messed up, and now he's got to retract stuff, and now he's kind of on the back foot going, no, I didn't mean to do this, but it looks bad. You know what I mean? Bronson's calling him out for it. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to get there, really.
There's 2 more pages and channels.
We just got to get there.
Go watch and support, blah, blah, blah. He's never doxed anyone or incited violence. Okay. Given his track record and what I've seen him post before with that AI crap that he posted with Candace Owens, and then the obvious parody that he tried to pass off as somehow being real, red flags went up. And I immediately said, is he claiming that Candace sent him a cease and desist letter? Shady Lady Katie was one of the people who also shared Raven's post and said, I don't remember exactly because she since deleted it, but it was something along the lines of, this is crazy. I can't believe he got a cease and desist letter. Candace is nuts. She's going too far. Whatever it was. I'm paraphrasing. She obviously didn't say those exact words, but it was along those lines, sort of in support of Stephen Lancaster. So I immediately commented when I saw that, be careful. I think this is bullshit.
Hello,
and she says, I know Stephen is an embellisher. I've even called him out directly in the DMs. Now that I'm thinking out about it, you might be right. And then she just asks him, are you lying? And his response to her was, I'm not ignoring you, Shady. This is annoying. I can't say much and have said everything I can. I did receive a cease and desist. I showed people in private my actual email. I never said it was Candace Owens. Everybody else is running with that. I didn't even want to address this because I'm done with it. I mentioned it to my subscribers on YouTube in case something happens so they would know. In case what would happen? That's where I left it. That's where it will stay. I won't be bringing it up again. Why not? I can assure you guys, if I ever receive a cease and desist letter from Candace Owens or from anybody in the Candace Owens sphere, just to clarify, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I would most definitely be talking about it. I would be talking about it a lot. He then goes on to say, I don't personally care whether you or anybody believes it or not. This is something I have to deal with and nobody else. God bless. And then wasn't so long after that, he completely deleted his X account. And not only does he delete his X account, but then he also made a follow-up video the next day. But before we get into that, I just want to share some information that I was not even aware of with Stephen Lancaster. Like
Thought I heard some crash.
I said, guys, I've never really paid much attention to this guy. He used to be, or still is, a paranormal investigator. I guess he's wrote a few books on paranormal investigations.
Oh, that's interesting.
He claims
those were fun. I always kind of wanted to get into that a little bit just for the fun of it. I mean, in reality, it's, I don't know. I guess I've grown out of it a lot, but when I was younger, I thought it would be the coolest thing in the world to become a paranormal investigator. You know, really fun stuff, right? Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. He did a 9-hour, did a video 9 hours ago explaining everything that Bronson's talking about. Yeah, we'll go over his video too. This is interesting for sure. I wonder why he did, so right after that, after he gets kind of called out for that, he just deletes his ex though? I mean, I do find it to be a little weird. I'll be right back. I'm going to see what crashed real quick.
In one of his first videos that he did on the Candace Owens topic, that he stopped being that. You know what? We'll just go ahead and take a look. Let me pull it up. This was a video he posted September 28th of 2025. And I actually kind of want to play some stuff from this just to give you guys kind of an idea. I don't know how many of you seen this or not. But down in the comment section, somebody called him out and said 38,000 subscribers, which goes back to the point I made at the beginning of the video where he's got 42,000 subs, but
hey, I appreciate that, Ed.
I mean, he gets, views like I get. And I've got, I don't even know, 6,600 maybe. So this guy points out you have 38,000 subscribers with a total of 347 views on your channel. Of course, this was at the time 8 months ago. Did you pay for those subs? He replies, it's because I changed the channel's name. Apparently, when you do that, YouTube starts the channel view count over. If you notice, my channel has been here since April of 2014. This guy...
I changed my channel name, and that did not happen. It actually didn't happen at all. So I don't know about that per se. I can understand people being confused. I'm sure there's people that since I've changed my name, they've been like, who the heck is Artie Trolls? Why am I, subscribed to that? Click into it and go, oh, okay. Then again, I did leave my thumbnail the exact same from Arthemesia. So I didn't change that. So when people saw Artie Trolls and they saw my face next to it, they were probably like, oh, he changed his name. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I just decided to change it one day, and I've never had any issues. But that's just my experience, you know. Mary Jean Blair's for the $5. Thank you so much for that. That's very nice of you. Genuinely. Thank you.
Replies to him saying, so you deleted everything before September 10th and your content prior to that was all centered around paranormal activity? Are you the same Stephen Lancaster that writes books on the paranormal and also does cable on the same subject matter? And then he responds to that comment saying, I'm not sure exactly when I deleted everything. I mostly just made it private. But yes, I was a public paranormal researcher from around 97 until about 2020. I've done television and authored books, though I don't like to boast about it.
Why
that
not?
part of my life is behind me. I was also in the band Phantom Music Box. Since I was
That's
a
cool.
teenager, I've always been heavily into politics and analyzing issues. Now that I'm older, I just want to humbly share my thoughts on important subjects and issues. As I've grown, I've let much of my past go so I can...
Man, he should have, in my opinion, he should have, left the paranormal stuff up for people to see, because clearly it did well enough, and then just start a new channel. Why? I don't know. Why rename your channel? That that's not a good thing to do. That could kill a channel so fast. That's like YouTube 101 bad. Okay? If you're going to do something different with your channel, okay, and you have more than 5,000 subscribers, honestly, better off to let the channel die and start a new one than it is to change the name on that, because the algorithm will not pick you up anymore. It just won't. YouTube hates that a lot. They don't like you changing your channel. So that could actually be contributing to a lot of his lower view count, is the fact that he changed the paranormal channel over to a political channel, and YouTube they don't like that. It is so much better to just start a new channel with 0 subscribers. Funnel people over from your old channel that are interested into that, and then leave it to die. You know what I mean? Unless you plan on ever going back to it. I mean, it's always good to have the option to go back to some of your older stuff. I stopped doing this channel for about a year. A full year. I quit this channel. I went and I started doing the music channel and the true crime channel. And then my schedule changed again, and I couldn't edit videos as much anymore. So there's that. Jaywitt said he's done. Apparently his wife is dealing with stuff because of it with her wait, what? Well, with her work. Wait, Jaywitt's done, are you saying Jaywitt's done podcasting? What? I'm going to have to take a look at that.
Focus on my faith, finding peace, and educating others as tactfully and respectfully as I can. Now, 8 months ago, he said that this is part of his life that he has left behind, hasn't done anything since 2020. But for whatever reason, he was on a podcast on December 14th of 2025, which has gotten 1 view. I'm assuming if I were to update this, it would probably have 2 now since I've been on this page. But it's called Paratruth Reborn. Oh, Norman with Stephen Lancaster.
Woo, man. Before I knew how to make thumbnails, this is how I would used to make thumbnails. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's just how you start off, I guess. You just have things floating around everywhere, and you hope what sticks, and then you figure it out, and you're like, oh, duh. You It's kind of obvious how to make a thumbnail nowadays, but it takes a little bit. It takes practice. It takes just diving into it. That's kind of part of the fun, is just discovering how to make YouTube work.
And yes, this is Stephen Lancaster,
Not that I
the
figured
same
it
one
out,
at
I'm
Fax Me.
you
Gonna
know.
go ahead and have a link down in the description
Still in
below
that
for this
fun
video
part.
as well, so you guys can take a
Hey,
look.
Smiles.
But if this is a part of his life that
Sin.
he left and stopped doing back in
Sin, shine,
2020, why is he then on a podcast talking about his book 6 months ago? So you left it behind, but not really left it behind. Like
Malka.
if somebody still wants to talk to you about it, you will. I'm okay with that. And if we go to his books, here is Stephen Lancaster on
Or is
Amazon.
he just saying he's done
We
with
have
Candace?
Dark Spirits, a man terrorized by the supernatural. Norman 2, so I'm assuming this is a sequel, but it says The True Story of a Possessed Doll's Revenge.
The doll has orange hair. Wait. This is funny. Oh, there. The doll has orange hair. So this is very Chucky inspired for sure. True somethings of a paranormal investigator. Interesting. Dark Spirits. That looks, it's cool. Okay. Did Bronson see the most popular? Because that's pretty funny. That's amazing. I hope, oh man, I really hope Fax Me wrote this book. That'd be just funny. It's one of the funniest books that could have come out, and I don't think he saw this. That is amazing. Wait, no. It is him. It is. Steven made the book. Look, down here. Spook Knockers, Episode 1, the pilot by Stephen Lancaster. That's amazing. For real? He made an erotic book for a ghost. For about a ghost chest. He should have just called it the ghost chest and had a picture of a pirate ship on it, but then it be, the Spook Knockers or what. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is funny though. I had no idea he wrote a is this supposed Okay, now wait a minute. This is a TV show, right? Okay, I'm confused about what this is, but it is very funny and I'm glad he was a part of it.
And then we have True Case Files of a Paranormal Investigator. Now, I'll give you my personal opinion on paranormal investigators. I think 99.999% of it
You better
is
mention this.
complete bullshit. So the fact that he's coming from that world, coming into, I guess, this world now, and has been caught, if not fabricating at the very
I find it weird, though, out of all the people in this entire Candace Owens circle, the one person who's the paranormal investigator, for some reason, is the one who did not dream about Charlie. I mean, I'm just pointing that out, right? Of all the people that have dreamt about Charlie, for some reason, it wasn't the paranormal investigator. Isn't that just... I don't know, isn't that something? I'm living in an upside-down world. I don't know why. I guess John Mappin kind of counts, though, right? When you're a Scientologist, I guess is that the same thing, though? I don't think that's I think paranormal investigator still has immense amount more respect for sure. Like I said, even I wanted to become one when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. A lot of fun stuff, Sit into a dark house with a bunch of friends and then just try to scare the crap out of each other. And maybe you catch something on tape, But, the paranormal shows are acting, not real. Well, yeah. The only one that was ever close to being real when it came to paranormal, TV show was the, who were the two plumbers? What was their show name? The original one. Because they always went to debunk that the house was haunted. And most of their episodes ended up debunking the house was haunted. And so that was the best one. And then they every now and then they'd catch a little something a little freaky. So it's just one of those things that what were they called? Was it the Ghostbusters? Was it Ghost? No, not the Ghostbusters. It was Ghost Hunters, I think it was, right? Was it Ghost Hunters? Yeah, Ghost Hunters. I'm pretty sure was the original one, right? I think so. The Red Room. Yeah, Taps. Okay, yeah, Taps was what they called themselves. Yeah, Ghost Hunters. So Taps. They were the closest ones to being real, but even they had to admit at some point, yeah, obviously the people at the studios made us fabricate stuff. You know what I mean? So there's that. Taps. Yeah, Taps. So yeah, it was Ghost Hunters. Yeah, they were the closest ones. After that, Ghost Adventures. Yeah. Wait, was he part of Ghost Adventures? No way, right? But yeah, Ghost Adventures, they were fake. Very, very fake. You know. Artie will be the last anti-Candace streamer left. It was okay. I'm fine. I was an anti-Candace streamer, like, when people had fully accepted Candace, and I was just like, do I relinquish that? Do I fully trust Candace now or not? And then the whole Steven Crowder came thing, and just, you know, when that happened, I was like, yes, I don't have to side with her because I don't trust her for crap. You know, I just saw everything going down at that point in time, and Candace completely ruined any trust I could have possibly had for her back in 2017 with that Blair White debate. It was just obvious to me. It was like, no, this is fake. She's fake. So I never really jumped on to the Candace Owens hype train. Ever. I probably do have a couple of videos of me where she made really good points, and I was like, hey, Candace Owens said this was good. But other than that, no, I've never trusted Candace. I don't even know that I did do that, though. It's been 9 years. So I don't remember every video I've made. I'll have to go back and look sometime. Yeah, they worked for Roto-Rooter. That's right. Yeah. Jack Osborne admits that they reenact things on his show they didn't catch on camera. Yeah, I mean, that's just reality TV. They have to. Like, you don't get to frame everything perfectly. But with Ozzy, I'm sure Ozzy didn't do a whole lot of retakes. I'm sure he was so burnt that they would be very lucky to get him to do what he wanted or what they wanted him to do. No, I don't blame you for not liking Blair White, you know. Definitely understand. But Blair White did demolish Candace Owens in that debate on Dave Rubin. It was brutal how bad it was for Candace. Let's see.
At least misrepresenting some things. That leads me to believe that he's not somebody that I would trust very much. Here. I'm going to play for you the first part of this video. It's called Charlie Kirk Remote Detonator Theory Trash. Fax me episode.
Bronson, buddy. No way. Look at this. Look at, like, he misses this on the screen. I don't care about anything else right now at this point in time. There's Spook Knockers down here by Stephen Lancaster. This was him. How do you miss this one of all things? Come on. That is the funniest possible thing you could have brought up.
To believe that he's not somebody that I would
trust
message him
very later.
Much. I'm going to play for you the first part of this video. It's called Charlie Kirk Remote Detonator Theory Trash. Fax me episode 5. This was posted September 28th of 2025.
Jeez.
I've got this smoking gun of evidence. I'm telling you right now, I'm right. I am absolutely right. So mark my words. Candace is... Hey, my friends, I'm Stephen Lancaster, and welcome to another episode of Fax Me, where we educate, not fabricate. And I'm not going to lie, I was in a little bit of a rush to get this episode done because I've stumbled across a few things. I have found some things within my own thoughts
Just want to point that
have resonated that I feel I need to say. I need to have these things put out there, documented, dated, all that good stuff, so it can be said that, hey, Stephen said that. But today, we're tackling one of the most widely discussed and controversial stories in recent weeks. The growing attention on Candace Owens and her ongoing investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
How long does this go on?
This case has sparked debates, conspiracy theories, and deep suspicions, many of which continued. And today there's Candace's bold claim that she has evidence contradicting the official narrative. On the other, there are theories circulating online, some of which plausible, some very questionable, that suggest the assassination may not have been as straightforward as a lone gunman pulling a trigger. One theory gaining momentum is the claim that Charlie Kirk's life was ended not by a bullet, but by an explosive device.
Yeah, isn't that weird that Candace did try to run with that at first, too? And completely dropped that and dropped the whole Bednar's guy that was claiming that it was an explosion. It's funny, I shut down Blake, that's his name, Blake Bednar's. I shut him down with one tweet, or two tweets. Because I asked him, I was like, why are there not holes in his shirt? Was there not a fire? Why'd the microphone stay on? And he's just like, well, because it was it wasn't a flamethrower, it was just a tiny charge. And I'm like, but a tiny charge that's capable of piercing his neck. But according to Newton's third law of motion, where that explosion would have come out from, an explosion does this. It doesn't go one way unless you have a very, very, very strong vacuum. So a great example, a firearm, right? When you fire, you have a bullet that flies out faster than the speed of sound. But it only kicks like that. Why is that? Well, because I am a lot stronger than the bullet that comes out. By a lot. The bullet's a lot lighter. I'm a lot heavier. There's a lot more mass for it to push. So I get a little kick when someone else is going to take something running right through them going, well over 1,200 miles an hour. So that's the equal and opposite reaction, though. It gives the same energy in a full circle, no matter what. Everything is going to be affected by it that's within the vicinity. Unfortunately, there's only a straight line because you have a firearm. Everything on the outside, there's nothing there for that to get captured at all. It's going to eject the shell. It's going to rack the slide back if it's, semi-automatic. You get the point. Charlie had a microphone on that was held by a magnet that could be removed with his bare hands. And last I checked, you're not going to be able to just penetrate somebody's neck with your bare hands. So if an explosion went off on that lapel mic, there is not a chance because the forces that are required to remove the magnet are so low. There's no possible way that microphone doesn't fly off. So after I shared that with Blake Bednar's, he just did not respond and ignored it. And I was like, you don't seem to understand Newton's laws of physics whatsoever. There are 3 laws. And what you're claiming violates law number 3. So a force of, what is the definition? It's like there will be an opposite, for every reaction, there is an opposite force of the same energy, essentially. Going in the opposite direction is what I would say. But what is the exact, all 3 laws of, what is, it would be, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's the term. So, that's what's weird about that, right? You notice that Candace Owens jumped right off of the whole explosion thing once she was smart enough to figure that out. Like, hey, obviously nothing blew out. What had to have been strong enough to penetrate his neck, opposite force would have come from whatever the charge was. Now, if they strapped something to Charlie's body that was much more heavy duty, that was a very much solid piece of metal, then yeah, it's totally possible. The problem with that is, why would Charlie Kirk agree to have some sort of weird IED strapped to his chest? That's kind of the issue that we would run into, right? Like, it gets to a point where if they had to have something on his body that could fire off a charge like that, Charlie would have known that this is something that's weird. Why is this on me? Now, it's possible that Charlie got duped, but it's one of those things that it wouldn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, that's just all off the topic here. Sorry,
now, let
guys.
me be very
Ranted
clear.
a little.
I'm not quick to embrace every theory I encounter, but I also believe, and I'll say it plainly, there is more to this story than meets the eye. I cannot accept the neat, packaged version that Tyler Robinson acted alone, impulsively, and without coordination. That just defies common sense to me. A plot of this magnitude demands preparation, strategy, and cooperation. And frankly, I do agree with...
To a degree, I still agree with that. It does. That's why I think that there was Trantifa involved in a lot of this. I think there was left-wing backers. I think that it's even possible parts of the FBI were involved as well. I've said this multiple times, working with the left to end people like that. We've seen it many times. We saw the FBI civil war crop up in 2018, 2019 between Trump's FBI and the remaining FBI that was in like DC and all that stuff. There were many sects. I hate saying that word on YouTube because YouTube does not think I say it right. And I've checked the subtitles to see. But anyway, there are parts of the FBI that are very left-wing. There are parts of the FBI that are very much just focused on doing FBI work. And then there are parts of the FBI also that are very right-wing. It happens a lot. And we saw the FBI infighting very much so in Trump's first term. So yeah, I absolutely believe that there, no doubt in my mind, a good possibility the FBI could have been involved with ending Charlie Kirk. But parts of the FBI don't even know it, first of all. And second of all, also, are just in general, they could be a very, very small section of the FBI. Could be just no more than 10 people in the FBI that are aiding leftists. We saw, like I said, we saw that with the Steele dossier. We saw that when the FBI raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago. We just saw a lot of that bad stuff. So yeah, definitely possible. Definitely possible. Smile says, no, Art, the truth is in our faces is never investigated. What the left pushes against the most true is true. Craptard paid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part, you're right. Yeah. What the left pushes against is probably what we should be looking at for the most part, I don't know. But that's just kind of my point. But I'm wondering what Faxme's going to say about this.
Candace, on this point, it is not unreasonable to suspect that some of Charlie's closest people, his bodyguards, his staff, perhaps even individuals embedded within Turning Point USA, may have had a hand in what unfolded. But let's think critically here.
It's always amazing.
Are we supposed to swallow the notion that every single member of Charlie's entourage, the bodyguards, the sound technicians, the stage crew, they were all facing the crowd, scanning the audience, and yet not one of them noticed a man climbing onto a roof and positioning himself?
I mean, Charlie was looking the same way. It's very obscured. Like, there are trees and stuff in the way there, too. Yeah. But this is before, also, I'm pretty sure this is before Steven knew that, or Steven went to UVU. So, I don't know. It's, I'll have to see when he uploaded this. But I don't think he knew the whole detailed picture. You know what I mean? So I can't fault him too much. At this point, everyone's just speculating,
They were literally looking in that direction. Somebody saw Tyler. The odds of complete obliviousness are practically zero here, my friend.
That would have been a bad take then, because you had people eating on the second story, and they got their cameras out and started filming when Tyler Robinson ran across the building. Like, they saw him running with the rifle, and someone got it on camera of him running. One of those people probably would have seen him up there too if they had actually seen, but they didn't. It wasn't just as clear as day to see him up there. It was a bad take, but again, at this point in time, he didn't know. I don't think he knew the layout. So a little bit of defense for Faxme there. I don't think he knew the layout of the school at the time. I don't think he had been to the school at that point in time. So it's a tough call, I mean, I think he was just speculating, in my opinion. When you bring this stuff up in hindsight, it looks really, really bad. But I just have to wonder, maybe he's a plant, right? Maybe that's what people were trying to say. Faxme was a plant, but I don't know. I have to have proof. I have to have proof that he is before I could say something like that.
Which means someone saw him and chose not to act. That omission alone points to complicity.
That's
Okay, so very early on.
very bold.
Again, this was September 28th. He put this out. You guys can feel free. I'm going to link it down in the description below to listen to the entire thing.
Yeah, he said stuff that was a matter of fact that wasn't a matter of fact. You know what I mean? So that's a silly thing to have happen, for sure. There's no doubt about that. You know, but again, I give a pass to people who are newer in the space simply because they have to. I had to say a lot of really stupid things on the internet before I stopped saying really stupid things on the internet. Sometimes I still do say stupid things every now and then on the internet too. I don't make matter-of-fact claims like that at all anymore without brutal proof. You know what I mean? Brutal amounts of proof is what I require. I don't just make claims on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just not good to do that anymore. But I started off that way, you know? So it's tough to say. Now, he's been involved with television and stuff, but that's not speaking in front of people. And, you know, in just doing research and fact-checking things, stuff like that. None of that is necessary whenever you make TV shows. So he doesn't have practice with this field. And if it's paranormal, look, I don't know if he went into the paranormal thing to fabricate paranormal activity. Or, I mean, think about what paranormal activity is, okay? You capture something on a recorder, on a tape recorder. And no matter what you hear, you're going to claim that that is a voice. Okay? It's that easy. So it's not a whole lot of fact checking. It's a whole lot of, ooh, this sounds like it, so I'm going to post it. And that's the world that he came from. So I understand that coming over here, that bleeding over. So it's just one of those situations where, yeah, I can understand why he would have said it that way. He was very, very new on this type of thing. It's not the biggest a deal, but it is it's silly to make a claim and say, ooh, this definitely happened this way. One of those guys definitely saw Tyler Robinson. There were many students there, too, looking in that direction. They didn't see him either. So, you know, it's just takes practice, I guess.
So this video, as it sits now, has about 1,200 views. I'm not sure how many more views he's gotten since September 28th. But in that video, he had a theory that Candace Owens was going to reveal all of this stuff and that she was, I'm not even sure, working or cooperating with authorities, that she might have had some insider knowledge, whatever the case is. But he doesn't talk about it again for 2 months. And the next time he does a video, it's called Candace Owens Exposed. CNN dismantles Cuckoo's fake hoax. And this was posted November 8th. So he posts one on September 28th, basically agreeing that there's some type of conspiracy and that it could be that TPUSA or people in TPUSA were involved. And then he waits the rest of September, the entire month of October, past the first week of November, to come out and now go against Candace Owens. Mind you, in the meantime, people like me, Jay Witt, Artie Trolls, Paramount Tactical, we have already posted a bunch of content attacking these terrible conspiracy theories and picking them apart and showing just how flawed they were. I can't remember how many videos I did in that time span against Ian Carroll, against Valhalla VFT, against Candace Owens.
That is an interesting point. That is odd. Interesting. Hey, man. Hey, guys. This guy's got a pretty evil amount of subscribers here. He's got 6.66 thousand subscribers. Y'all want to help? Y'all want to help Bronson change that? Y'all want to help Bronson change that real quick? His link is right here. That is a weird... Yeah, I mean, he went from defending Candace to jumping into this. But then again, at the same time, so much information was out there at that time, too. It's possible he just changed his mind and, you know, was like, oh, she's not really posting evidence, you know? It's tough to say, right? It's a really tough thing to say. It requires mind reading, which is just a superpower I don't have, unfortunately. But I understand. It's definitely weird.
Exposing her putting out that crap claim that people don't use the word vehicle when they talk. And here's Tyler Robinson using the word vehicle in a recording that even she referenced. Now, I'm not saying this
funny.
is fact.
I missed that.
This is just what this
I already missed that part of the whole experience when she did that. That is so funny. That will never not make me laugh. Why would he say vehicle? Look at this video I found of him saying vehicle, by the way. It was like, good job, Candace. She always has to contradict herself in every video she makes. And it's been one of the best joys of watching Candace Owens is always watching for that contradiction to come up.
Information leads me to think, and that grift maybe wasn't going to work out for him, or maybe he saw an opening in this grift over here where it was starting to become a little bit more popular. It had already been established. The core group of people that were pushing the conspiracy theory had pretty much already been established at this point. But there was an opening for people to get some attention pushing back against Candace Owens, which wasn't popular. The first video I did in September was making fun of Range Day Bro's stupid conspiracy theory. That got me a lot of views, but it didn't get me a lot of subs. If you go back and look at the comments on that video, wasn't real popular to say the conspiracies were stupid right away. Not a popular thing to do. But I think he saw an opening, so he decided, well, I'll jump in on this, which is totally fine. Totally cool. If you want to go through and pick apart Candace Owens crap and you want to put it out and make content, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, guys.
Yeah, I mean, fair point.
The more people we have calling out the BS, the better. So I think it's great. Here's what I don't think is great. Making shit up to try to make yourself special, to try to make you something you're not, in order to trick people into getting subs and trying to scam money out of them. That's not cool with me. Not saying that's what he's done. I'm just saying that's what it appears like to me. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
That's a fair enough statement, for sure. I understand him saying it, because it does kind of look that way to a degree. But I can also think of an alternative, situation there, in the sense that it's like, hey, he was a Candace Owens fan. He defended her and was like, oh man, she's definitely going to get on this. Then months later, saw that she was most certainly not getting on this, and then going, how long is this going to go on for before we get any kind of evidence? And of course, his waiting time was November 8th before he was like, you know what, Candace, you've had plenty of time. Which, believe me, from September to November is plenty of time for a rational person to finally be like, hey, Candace, where's the evidence? And yet there are still millions of them, for some reason, that are still on Candace Owens' channel 10 months later. Or 9 months later. Yeah, 9 months later now. A full 9 months has gone by, and there's still people. Isn't that crazy? Kind of a crazy situation. Oh, you said, what are subs? Like subscribers. Just short for subscribers. Not, if you got your mind in the gutter, that ain't this channel here. No, just mess with you. Oh, God. I'm so dumb sometimes. So, he's explained all this in many videos, including today's. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, like, to a degree. Like, obviously, he was a Candace fan. Decided to stop being a Candace fan, So, yeah, I can understand. I think there are definitely some mistakes here. And I think the reason why there are mistakes is because when I was a much smaller channel than I am today, and don't get me wrong, I still consider myself a crazy small channel. Even at almost 30,000 subscribers, that's still small. Like, you don't stop being small until you're right around the 70 to 100,000 subscribers. That's when you stop being a small YouTuber. You're a big boy pants YouTuber, as Candace would say. When you're right around the 100,000 subscriber mark. Now, I do think that FaxMe here may be getting a little ahead of himself a lot of the times when he does things. He doesn't properly fact check stuff and puts information out there that's not good. I have done that before, so I cannot criticize him, especially since he has completely changed his channel up. Now knowing that stuff, it's like, okay, he's trying to get the hits that we're kind of getting. But it just takes a little bit more time to prepare a video like that. And sometimes taking the easy way out ends up panning out in the short term for quite a few people. And then you kind of get caught and you have to delete some videos. It's not necessarily malicious. It's not necessarily that he's a mole or something like that. It's just, it's definitely a newbie mistake that happens often, I would say. Bronson here has a very, very well set up channel that I am very shocked only has an upcoming of 7,000 subscribers. He definitely should have more like 20,000 in my opinion with the way he kind of does stuff. But, you know, I don't know. It's just interesting. So there is that. You know, I could speculate all day long, but let's see more evidence, and then we're going to get to Baxme's video, obviously.
But the fact
I don't know if
that
we'll make it
Stephen
tonight
Lancaster
maybe part 2
got
tomorrow.
questioned on this cease and desist, and then he just kind of throws a fit, says that he never said it, even though he heavily implied it, which we showed, and then deletes his X account and goes on to kind of throw a fit and play a bit of a victim. And then I think even he brings up the AI thing and blames that on some ghost follower that nobody knows or nobody's ever heard of or can.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But then again, you know, some people just act differently under pressure. You know, once they start getting a little bit of hate, they don't necessarily know how to just turn the phone off and like leave it alone, you know? Sometimes it comes down to like, oh, I'm just going to delete it. I've seen people delete much bigger accounts, all from a little bit of pressure that they should not have deleted over at all. They should have just toughed it out and let it go by. So there is definitely that. From the morning. Yeah, I'll be getting, so I've got the video here popped up. It was streamed live 10 hours ago. It's 1 hour and 48 minutes. So I may get to that. Oh, wait. Did he have a video? Oh, no, never mind. I'm just making sure. So it was the live stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. We may have to get to it tomorrow. Let me check real quick. I gotta check something. Dude. Is this all today? Is this all good? Think so. Refresh it. Yep, all good. Okay, I'm guessing Barring's still asleep. I invited him on the show. And mainly I wanted to watch like the riots and stuff going down with Bering. And today was supposed to be a different stream for the most part in my head. But the riots dried up completely. And I was like, crap, I don't have... Because I like to sit down and have a really funny time with Bering. You guys will... If you guys don't know who Bering is, you guys will love him. He's very funny. He's got just awesome takes. Awesome takes in general. I've known him for like 9 years on this platform now. Just an amazing content creator. And, yeah, we're just going to watch the riots and we're going to laugh at police busting, just busting up some rioters, and, have a good time. But then the riots dried up today. So then I was like, crap. Well, then everything going on. I think I'm just going to have to do a late night stream with Bering at some point. The problem is I don't have a door on my studio here, if you want to call it that. It's like a little office that's attached to my bedroom. And the wife is not going to want to go to bed listening to me yelling and laughing at rioters and stuff like that. So it was just like, crap. I'll just go over this and then, there's that. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Wait, my cheeks are so full. Do I get filler? Yeah, so I had a problem where I ate a little bit of too much cheeseburgers. And now I'm hitting the gym again. And I had to take a break from the gym for a solid 6 months. And the weight came back pretty quick. So it's like, nope, can't do that. Everything in my schedule's changed so much to where I just stopped hitting the gym. And then I started getting fast food again because kids, wife that's sick, work, YouTube channel, full time. So there's that. But I do appreciate it. At least I have high cheekbones from my native ancestry too. But anyway, I'm getting all fit again. I'm fit for the most part. I've just started bulking up a little bit. And I'm catching it early. It's like, nope, can't let that happen. I just got to squeeze in more time. So I started going back to the gym literally last week. And I am very sore. Very, very sore. So once that soreness kind of wears down, I'll be going again. Takes me about a good 3 weeks to get back into my regular heavy lifting routine, which is what you want to do. I would recommend everybody that goes back to the gym, do heavy lifting. I mean, in the sense of like lifting weights. I'm not saying you have to lift as heavy as you possibly can, but going to the gym to run on a treadmill is not as much as people would think it is. You will burn more calories lifting weights. This way more than you will running, which means you will lose a lot more weight and you gain muscle. It's the best of both worlds. But do a little bit of jogging because that joint, how would I put it? Landing on your joints the way you do running is very good for your joints. When you run the correct way, that is. You can run in a wrong way and mess your joints up. But it is very good for your joints to have the impact of running. But if you want to get your legs looking good, leg workouts, not running. It's just the way it is, Weights are the king. Just putting it out there. But anyway, sorry. I'm getting onto my stuff. I'm going onto my stuff. Oh, I'm wrong video. My bad.
Confirm it with anybody that they sent it to him. That's a problem for me. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. If you want to try to do this and you want to try to spread some lies and you get caught, I think the best course of action, Steven, if you see this, is to just admit it and apologize and then don't do it. Like, you don't have to run away. You don't have to. I
mean, I agree 100%. Like I said, him deleting his X account was just pointless. Completely pointless. So I don't know. I think it's easy to buckle under that kind of pressure, though. So I don't blame him. But trust me, it would have just been. I mean, he could still come back, though. It's not like it's permanently deleted. He can either create another account or restore his account. So that there's that. Body is the weight. Definitely can be, especially if you're doing pickups, pull-ups, sit-ups, and push-ups and stuff like that. It's just typically harder to do that when you are overweight. Believe me, that's why it's always good to go to the gym, because I was very overweight. You can go back and look at some older videos of mine. I got to be a chunky boy. I'll tell you what now. And going to the gym, it's much easier, And going and using machines is good for your joints, too. If it hurts too much to lift weights and you're by yourself, go ahead and use them. They're there for a reason. You don't have to just go 100% free weight. I prefer going free weight because it does a lot more. You have to balance the weights, which also does its own thing for your muscles. But you don't have to start off like that at all. Start off as easy as you possibly can. Just go there every day. And no matter what, you will get success done. Even if it's just a little bit. It is so much more like, people don't realize the difference of just being a tiny bit active versus not active at all is an insane amounts of difference. It's crazy the amounts of difference when you just lift a little bit heavy periodically. It's wild what it does for you.
Make up some excuse that X is toxic because you got caught in some bullshit and got called out for it. Own it. I've made mistakes since I've been doing videos. I went out heavy against Graham Allen. Basically said that he's been doing nothing and he's just been waiting for it to get popular to push back against Candace Owens, and is now jumping on that bandwagon. Come to find out, I should have done my due diligence better, because that wasn't the case. Graham had been calling Candace out for a while. I made a mistake, corrected my dumbassness, and went on about doing what I've been doing.
I've done stuff like that in the past. I've done it too. We're all in the same boat, We're on the same boat. Faxby should just come back, start up his just start back his X account and all that, and come back and just fix it. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Do you suggest the weight when you hit like a plateau? That's the part I get stuck at. Let's see. So there's many different things you can do whenever you get stuck on a weight. And what that would be, honestly, is try to increase your rep. So if you're stuck on a single weight, you hit your, it depends on how you do it. So I do 3 sets of 10. But if I hit 10 3 times in a row, it's time to move the weights up. They're too light. So if I go 10, 8, 6, good enough. Next time I'll come in at the exact same weight. 10, 8, 6. Okay. 10, 8, 6 keeps going. Well, I keep doing it like that. Eventually you'll get 10, 8, 8. And then you're like, oh, I got a little 2 extra ones on that last rep. Eventually, you'll get to 10, 10, 8, and then you'll eventually make your way to 10, 10, 10. But if you are making it to 10, 10, 10, but an added extra 5 or 10 weights on that extra weight, whatever you're pushing, is just too much, and you cannot get through 3 reps, go 12, 12, 12 instead, or 12, 10, 10, do 12, then see if you can get 10. And it's just little tiny increments. You never have to rush. That's the best part about lifting weights. If you're stuck on a weight, you're at the weight you belong at. You will get stronger from lifting that weight. You will. Eventually, you will break through. It just takes the body time sometimes, Plenty of rest, also so important. People do not pay attention to the rest portion of the workout. It is just as important. Every bit of important. That's when you're repairing. You need to get some creatine in you. You need to get some good proteins in you. The best time to build muscle is when you're sitting down at the dinner table eating some sort of meaty protein dinner. That is probably the most important time of your entire workout. When you're done, making sure you eat something that your muscles can use to repair themselves. Remnant meats repair your muscles better than any other food source. That's going to be your cow, deer, lamb, buffalo, what's the 5th one? Cow, deer, goat, sheep, all that, your split hoof ones, the ones with 5 stomachs. Anything you eat that has 5 stomachs is going to be your remnant meats, and it's going to give you the most amount of protein per whatever the chemical is that delivers proteins to you. Because like a 42 gram protein steak there, only so much of that will convert over to usable proteins for your muscles. But it has to have this special catalyst, and remnant meats have the most amount of the catalyst. See, chicken actually has a decent amount of protein to it. But the problem is less of those proteins convert over to your muscle mass because it has less inhibitors, I guess you could say. So that's why remnant meats, that's why red meats give you more muscle mass when you eat them, because it's not the protein itself, it's the convertible amount that you get from whatever, I forgot what the chemical specifically is called, that converts those proteins from the edible meat to your muscles. So it's actually, it's interesting, right? Sorry, guys, I just have a lot of weird things in my head sometimes. Sorry. But keep pushing. You will get there, I promise.
It's not that hard. You just have to put your pride down. You just have to set the ego down. The paranormal stuff isn't going to work in the political arena. At least not on this side.
Soda.
It might work if you were pushing Candatard stuff and Candatard conspiracies. Those people seem to be incredibly gullible. But if you went that route, you would have people like me and people like Artie and people like Jay Witt and Gary calling you out for spreading BS. So I'm not really sure why you thought it would be a good idea to come to this side and try doing that. I don't know why you thought that was going to be a good idea, and you're not going to be able to run from it. So if you did lie, Stephen, if you did these things, just admit it and apologize, and then just don't do that anymore. This isn't that big of a deal.
If I don't get right back into this routine, because once the first 3 weeks goes by and I'm back into my 3-day-a-week routine, everything's good. I get locked in. Nothing takes me out of it for the most part. But yeah. Otherwise, I'll grow a second stomach for sure. And I don't.
It's really not that hard. Guys, I messed up. Totally made this stuff up. I'm sorry. I just wanted attention. I just wanted views. I just wanted to feel important.
Oh, we don't got to be necessarily too harsh. You know what I mean? This could be an honest mistake from FaxMe, and he may just not be handling it right. I don't know. He could be like, oh, this was bad. I've got to make sure that my image is good. Look, part of making it on YouTube is realizing that you will mess your own image up multiple times along the way. You're gonna do that. The best way to protect your image is to realize when you have done something silly. It's the best point in time. It's the best thing. People will not give a crap. I mean, a good example, look at, like, a lot of you guys are saying, hey, I still support FaxMe. Obviously, there are people that are going to absolutely support him. And I haven't seen anything yet that would make me turn on FaxMe. I haven't. Now, if there's some substantial evidence that he is playing both sides or something like that, obviously I'll, I'd call him out for it. But I just haven't seen anything 100% yet, to be like, oh, this guy is a rat. This guy's a mole. This guy's in on, you know what I mean? Or just trying to farm drama. I don't know yet. But at the end of the day, if he came out, apologized and all that, it wouldn't even matter. A vast majority of the people that have subscribed to him will stick around as long as he's honest and as long as he's like, hey, I made a boo-boo, It won't be too bad for him to get over at all. But if you're going to delete stuff and not really give the full clarity, let's say, to everyone that has eyes on you, I guess you could say, that could muddy the waters for him, People are going to be like, hey, why'd he delete this? Like, I'm sure he's got followers that were on X that are only on X, that didn't follow his channel. And then find out about this drama, and then they go to see his ex, and they're like, it's gone. And they're going to stop right there, and they're instantly going to make their minds up. Now, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it cuts off a portion of an audience that could have possibly understood what was happening from FaxMe's angle. You see what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things you got to be careful with. It's things that I've learned, like I said, over the past 9 years, and I have not by any means learned at all. I'm a pretty slow learner, turns out. Happens. It just happens. And these are things I've had to learn the hard way, And it's been a great ride, too. I'm glad I learned the way I did, because it makes things a lot easier for me today,
I won't do that anymore. I apologize. If you would allow me, I would like to continue to make content calling out Candace Owens or whatever it else is you want to cover. Like, just be honest and genuine with the people that watch you. It's not hard. But let's take a look at his, I don't even know what this is, his excuse video.
Friends, it's Steven here from FaxMe, and I was actually going to try to take today off just from FaxMe and just work here at the store and collect my thoughts on everything.
There's a really
as
high
some
resolution
of you may have
photo
seen,
behind him.
I've got a lot going on with my family and my grandson, and of course that is always going to be priority one. But there's some things I want to say today. Hey, my friends, it's Steven here from FaxMe.
Did he just have a paranormal activity hit him? That was a little wild, right?
Teleprompter and I'm commentary, whatever you want to.
Good stuff, guys.
I'm going to leave
always
X.
Make myself laugh.
I didn't really care for X to begin with. I was never much into X or Twitter. And this is just my personal opinion, guys. I have nothing against people who are on that platform, or what they do on that platform, whatever, to each their own. A lot of people, they've got to have a platform everywhere, and that's fine. And I was trying to do the same thing. A lot of people said, hey, you should really be on X, for one reason or another. So I gave it a shot, and there's a lot of good people on there. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just, out of all of the platforms, my experience, and I'm only talking about my experience, your experiences may be different. But out of all the platforms, X to me is a cesspool, an absolute cesspool.
I agree with him. X is.
I was gonna say, Bronson. I'm like, Bronson, you're not gonna sit there and be like, no, it's not, are you? Okay, good, because it is a cesspool. It is garbage. Most of the time on X, it is garbage. That's why I just don't post a whole lot. But I do love using X to curate information. A lot of great information on X. It's easy to it's a lot easier to message people on X than it is really anywhere else. Discord, my messages get lost in the void, and I have to go through a lot of them. And oh boy, that I don't know why Discord sets Discord could make their platform so much easier if they just put a little bit of time into it. It really could. But I don't know. I guess people are comfortable with how Discord is now, but it's such a learning curve. It is a learning curve to be using Discord. And, you know, people who know how to navigate Discord really well, man, props to you, for sure. And I really need to get my Discord going, but every time it's just like, it's such a headache to figure everything out with the thing. And also, it's not super mobile friendly the way X is, you know? So it is just do that. Are you going to go speed through and get to Steven's reply video? If I don't get to Steven's reply video today, it will be tomorrow. We'll do a part 2 on it. Because I don't think we'll have a whole lot to do tomorrow. I think I'm going to try and get Bearing on. I'll probably try to get him on the weekend. Maybe that'll be better. Because I'll have to be on a little later at night. He lives in the Down Under. So to him right now, it's probably like 6 a.m. I think. Or what time is it? Yeah, it's like 6 a.m., right? 5 a.m.? Or maybe it's a little later than that. What time is it in Aussie land? I probably have an Aussie in my chat too right now. Wait, okay. I didn't mean it literally. Come on, Australia. Like, I can't even have fun anymore. I used to be able to type that into Google. Okay. Okay, it's 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Bearing, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Sleeping in past 11 a.m.? No, he might be. I don't know. I have a lot of, unfortunately, the world revolves around the United States. So in order for him to be covering good United States news and stuff like Hassan and all that, he's probably got to be up a little like later in the night in order to keep up with American politics. So there's that.
Absolutely a cesspool.
Hey, we'll see you later, Juju. Thank you so much for being here.
And it's really not a good place to try to push lies because you get called out really quick on X. Not saying he did, just saying in general. It's not a good place to try to pull bullshit over because you're going to get called out on it. You're going to have to defend yourself.
In all fairness,
you put
it is actually
something
a
public
good place
on
to
X
BS.
and it gets traction.
Bronson may be wrong here. X may be one of the best places to BS on, actually.
And it gets people's attentions. Prepare to defend yourself.
Look at Ian Miles Chong. That's a great example.
Of just people being angry and antagonizing and just drama filled. And
yeah,
you know,
X is
I love
bad.
it.
Yeah, Smiles. It's
if
bad.
you're
X
part
is
of
bad.
the drama and the drama comes to you, I don't think you get to whine and cry about there being drama. You're literally creating a platform based off of calling out people's lies, challenging people's conspiracy theories.
Huh?
What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think you're going to draw the attention of?
Wait, who's saying he's lying?
I'm not really sure what he thought was going to happen when he decided he wanted to hop into the Candatard sphere and start trying to push back against that beast. What did you think was going to happen? Or does it not matter? Like, that drama doesn't matter. You can take that drama. It's no big deal when the Candatards call you out. It's no big deal when the Candatards come in your chat and call you out.
LSC changed the date.
But
Oh, really?
when you try to pass
Okay,
off
cool.
something as true
Heck yeah.
and the people on the opposite side call you out, now it's drama. Now it's a cesspool.
Yeah, X is definitely the best place for news. Also the best place to fabricate a bunch of crap. Like I said, Ian Miles Chong. Look at Project Constitution. That's the most relevant person to this entire conversation. Look at Project Constitution. That dude just makes crap up. He does not get checked by anybody on X. So I would definitely say X, 1,000,000% the best platform to make crap up on. There's no doubt about that.
never one time lied. You can Google that. You can.
Oh, Bronson
grok
said
it.
Steven's lying. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I know at the beginning of the video he said he could be wrong about all this, but maybe that's not good enough. And you know, I mean, that's fair if you think that way too. I'm not gonna. I won't argue that. All of this is it's drama. Like I said, right now I'm putting myself on the outside, just watching in. I'm not taking any sides yet, not unless something crazy comes out, right? In order for me to start going after it. But I'm just observing with you guys. I'm just learning about it. I'm getting the facts. I'm not taking any sides until I have everything laid out in front of me. You know what I mean? Everything out in front of me. So once all the information is here and I've witnessed it all, I'll make a decision for sure. But that decision could be neutral, or on one side or the other. So, it's just completely up in the air. I'm just chilling with you guys, having a good time, though. That's all I'm really worried about today. It's like a vacation. I don't have to worry about going over and debunking anything today, guys. I don't have to worry about, like, sitting there and making every single note of what Candace has said or didn't say or previously said. I get to kick back and have a fun time. You know what I mean? I could just watch drama unfold and be like, okay, well, what happened? You know what I mean? So it's like a vacation for me. So I'm just gonna enjoy it. I don't mean to enjoy something at the behest of somebody else. Like, Fax Me could be completely innocent here. It could be a complete and total misunderstanding. Bronson could be dead on the money with this, for all I know. You know what I mean? But we're just gonna have a fun time and see where it leads us. I think that's what we ought to do.
You can chat GPT it, whatever. You will not find a documented lie from Fax Me. But what I'm dealing with now on X is just honestly, guys, and I'm not saying this as a...
Okay, fine. Prove it. Prove that your cease and desist letter is real. Prove it. Show me the envelope that you ripped open with the lawyer's office return letterhead on it. Because
I've never thought about it. I guess to a degree, actually, yeah, you would have to have, in order for it to be a binding contract or a binding cease and desist, you'd have to be served. You can be served in Oklahoma by a what's it called? Whatever the sealed, confirmed, double tracking letter is that you get. I haven't done one in a long time. I did it to my landlord long time ago. And he lost his rear end on that one, which was wonderful. But at that time, I was only 23. Yeah, that would have been like 10 years ago. And, yeah. So you would have a physical copy. You should always, I don't think you could just email it. So there is that. But the problem is then he's going to have to redact it physically, and I don't think he'd want to write on the original copy that he has. So he'd have to print out an entire second copy, which could look wonky, and then that could, I don't know. I trust he got a real cease and desist letter. I think the better situation for him to come out would not be to reveal anybody or prove that it's necessarily a real piece of paper. Probably would just be like, okay, well, he's been advised not to say. How could he get around it? Man. I don't know. I guess the only situation I could say is we have to wait. We just have to wait. We have to wait until someone either gets sued or until this blows over and then he can finally mention who it was. I just don't know the time frame in which that's acceptable, to be honest. Couldn't tell you.
I can't imagine they just emailed it to you. I would think they would have sent an official letter. But let's say they did email it to you. Show me the email. Show me the email that it came from. Show me the correspondence with your attorney. Include your attorney's phone number and law office. I would like to call and verify with them. And then I would also like to verify that
that could be an idea. That could be an idea. If he could just call the attorney and just be like, hey, did he receive a cease and desist? Yes. And you can't say who it's from, right? No. Okay. Well, good enough. That at least verifies that it's real. Yeah. But you guys could probably set that up in private. Yeah, he'd probably do that, maybe. I don't know. Not 100% sure. Hey, Boggs Chips. How's it going? I don't know. I'm not super interested in proving whether he got a cease and desist or not. It was definitely framed in a way that made, when I saw the video, my first reaction when he goes, it's from, I can't say who it is, but it's from Nashville, Tennessee. My first thought immediately went to Candace. I thought that was a dead giveaway. That's what my first thought was. And now he's saying that he never said it was from Candace, but if it is from Candace, which there's good reason for it to be from Candace. Like, Candace could have done it, and he may have been forced to remove that video. For sure. It makes sense. Because she would have been in the right to do it, actually. And he would have had to have taken that parody video down because he didn't label it really as parody. He presented it as a matter of fact. So, again, it could be that.
That Indeed is a real lawyer, and they indeed exist and have an office.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Well,
you don't want to talk about it anymore. Why don't you want to talk about it anymore? If I have received a cease and desist letter and somebody...
If I had to guess, if it came out... Now, I could understand this being very embarrassing for FaxMe. If he came out and Candace Owens had a legitimate reason to send him a cease and desist and he had to comply because he was actually in the wrong, look at that from his point of view. Everybody else in our community would be like, oh, well, either now we can't associate with him because, oh, Candace, did that. We don't want to be associated with somebody who, which wouldn't happen, but I can understand that running through FaxMe's head. Being like, if they see that Candace Owens got me, it's over. Wouldn't be over. It wouldn't be. So I can understand. I can definitely understand him freaking out over it. There's no doubt. But it wouldn't be over. We wouldn't mind. It's like, hey, you made a mistake. Things like that happen. But I could totally understand if FaxMe was like, hey, I don't want this coming. I don't want it coming out that Candace got me being in the wrong. I totally understand that. I totally understand. What he doesn't, if that is the case, then FaxMe just needs to understand that actually, no, we would understand the situation. We would understand you put up a video that you presented as fact that actually wasn't fact. Candace Owens got you on it. It happens. It happens. Just, make the apology. Apparently what's the mistake? Apparently he uploaded a parody video of a woman claiming to be Candace Owens' sister and ran with it as fact. But it was a parody, and the original poster made it clear that it was a parody, that she wasn't really Candace Owens' sister. But FaxMe presented it as it was a fact. That was Candace Owens' sister doing that. So Candace Owens could have sent a real cease and desist, and he would have really had to have complied with that because he did goof up. That if that's what happened. If she really did send him a cease and desist. And that could be very embarrassing to FaxMe. You see what I'm saying? But it actually is something silly to... I mean, it's not silly to be embarrassed over. It would have been a goof. Don't get me wrong. But it would not have been career-ending. It just would not have been. Everybody would have understood what it was, what happened. You see what I'm saying? So, if that is the case, that's what I think may have happened. I'm just speculating now. I'm sure all the evidence is out there. But so far, this far into, we're almost done with this video. When we get to FaxMe's video, which we'll probably do tomorrow, don't worry. I got it here. I'll be pulling up FaxMe's video. When I get there, though, it'll probably clear up a lot of the stuff. 90% of my theories are probably going to be completely debunked. But, we're just having fun, like I said.
Challenged me on that cease and desist letter. I wouldn't run. I wouldn't delete my X account. I wouldn't come on here and say that I shared it privately with a few individuals that nobody's ever heard of or that nobody knows or nobody can reach out and talk to. I would show you. I would prove it. I would give you my lawyer's name. I would say, feel free to reach out. Have fun. I'd probably give my lawyer a heads up, like, hey, you might be getting some phone calls. People want me to verify that it's true. They wouldn't get a ton. After a few 4 or 5, 6, 7 people come out and say, no, actually talk to him. It's totally legit. Seems real. They would probably stop. But I would have no problems proving that my cease and desist letter was real. None. But I don't think I'll ever be in that situation because I just don't see Candace Owens or anybody in the Candace sphere doing that. Doesn't make sense.
Well, if he didn't realize he made a mistake, that's a tough one. Then I guess he would go through the lawsuit, go through step by step against Candace, and that would Ooh, that would be a bad idea. Because if he did get a cease and desist for that video, he'll lose. There's no doubt about it. He would lose. And yeah, that would be financially not good, I would imagine. I don't see a way where he could win in a case like that. So it would just be really bad. And then, of course, on top of that, he's, people think that he's up to no good. So if he lost that case on top of that and then didn't come out and kind of mention what really happened, it could just be all around bad. It would just be we would just watch him collapse, and there wouldn't be a lot we could do. If it did play out that way. But the funny thing is we'll probably get through all this, and it probably won't even be close to any of this, what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like I said, just speculation. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And if they're going to do it, they're not going to do it to somebody like me. They're not going to do it to a small little content creator. They're going to go after the real threat.
See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe. It depends. The small content creator is more likely to make a mistake than the big content creator most of the time. So just putting it out there. Yes, it is easier to target bigger creators because they are bigger. They're seen more. But a bigger creator typically knows by the time they're big what to avoid and how to make things legal. It's a great example of this. You notice how TPUSA and Candace Owens have not sued each other yet. The reason why is because both of them are experts at wordplay. Both of them are experts at what they are supposed to say and what they can and can't say on the internet without getting sued. They're at a stalemate with each other right now. Candace Owens and TPUSA, it's a complete and total stalemate for the time being until somebody really, really, really screws up in a major, major way. And that might not ever happen because regardless of who's right or wrong, the only thing that matters on the internet is legality. And if you play everything to a point where it's legal, whether you are right or wrong, you won't get sued. So the smaller YouTuber is much more likely to say something bad. And keep this in mind right now. In a game of this entire game of chess, if you end up in a stalemate, the person who has the most pieces typically ends up kind of getting the win, right? You take a win where you can get one if you are in a position to where you are stuck. And making Faxme look bad actually could play into Candace's favor just enough to tip the scales in her favor in the public eye. That may be all you need. You know what I mean? She could play it off as, look, these guys have relentlessly attacked me, and I got one of their guys in court. He had to submit. And to Candace Owens' side, that makes everybody, people like me, people like Bronson, people like Jay Witt, people like Gary, all look guilty. It tilts it just slightly in her favor. It may be a slight tilt, but it gives her the edge. And in a game of war, to win, you only need an edge. That's it. So yeah, there is a strategy for sure to where if Faxme goes down in some sort of lawsuit and Candace wins, that it is just enough of a win for Candace Owens to take the whole game. See what I'm saying? Now, is it likely? No, not very likely. Not very likely at all. But it is a possibility, you know? Bronson calls things how he sees them. That's why I like him. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, you know, it's a double-edged sword to be like that, too. When you just call it like you see it, sometimes what you see is not correct, you know, and that can slice both ways. I'm not saying Bronson's doing that either, but I'm just saying it's a little dangerous. It's better to, you know, wait for the evidence to come forward for the most part.
Somebody like Graham Allen or Gary from Paramount Tactical. And they haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't.
That's a great point. Milk Bar TV has a small channel, and Andrew Tate is going after him for his second lawsuit. Very good point, Jujubee. That is absolute facts.
A slam to them, okay? Because the last thing I want is more drama. I hate drama. So I'm making some announcements today. There's one individual on there that was questioning the cease and desist I got. Why? I don't know. I don't care. I just don't understand people. Steven says he got a cease and desist.
Why? Why would they be questioning that you got a cease and because you made a claim that you received a cease and desist letter, and then you implied that it could potentially be from a certain person that we know that lives in Tennessee that you've only.
Well, sure, but actually it still could be. It still could be Candace Owens. It's not that he said it wasn't Candace Owens either, though. It probably isn't, if I had to guess. But if it is, she actually might have a reason, too. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't need to rehash
We've been
that
talking
every
about on your channel
5 seconds.
for
I've already
7-8 months. What do you mean, why? Why would anybody want? Gee, I can't imagine why. Because we're dealing with people who are on the internet spreading bullshit on a daily basis. So just because you're on this side, you don't think that like that doesn't apply to you? That you can spread bullshit, nobody's going to question you on that? Or that they can think you're spreading bullshit and nobody's going to question you?
See, now
what do you mean? You're going to make big claims.
Right there. That's the second part I agree with on Bronson. The first part, I don't know if it's BS or not, but clarifying it with that second sentence, that makes sense.
Claims, dude, people are going to want, they're going to want facts. They're going to want evidence. What are we talking about?
He showed it to us redacted.
Follow your destiny.
He told us about it.
I'm glad to have you.
You know,
here,
some of you
Thank
are saying I insinuated it was this person or I insinuated it was that person. A lot of people making comments I can tell don't really watch me a lot. Yes, I cover Candace a lot.
Yeah,
okay, I cover Candace a lot.
From Nashville, Tennessee. Came from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I also cover Stu Peters and Baron Coleman and MTG and Gavin Newsom. And I mean, there's lots of people I cover. It's just you guys, my audience, show up for the Candace stuff. So that tells me that's what you want. So, of course, I'm covering her more. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather not. I don't like Candace. I don't trust Candace. I've proven.
I would rather not cover Candace Owens, but it's what you guys want. I'm a slave to my audience. You guys want it. I don't want to do it. I don't like doing it, but it's the only thing that gets me views. So I'm going to keep doing that. What? Chances are, if there's specific things you want to cover, you'll find an audience for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I mean, look, the thing about it is I cover a lot of Candace Owens stuff. I've really gotten into it. For a while, I got pretty burnt out on it, and then I learned to have a little bit more fun with it. That's for sure. So I embrace it a lot more. But I also did realize that for the most part, like, unless there's a lot of breaking news, I should only do one Candace video a day maximum. And then, obviously today, there was a lot of stuff to cover. And all of it was exciting. Like the Elizabeth Lane stuff. That stuff was, oh man, that's just great. That just makes my day. I cannot believe the FBI just came out and was like, yeah, we're going to investigate Elizabeth Lane now. It's like, holy crap. That was hilarious. That was amazing. I'm so glad it happened. Just such a funny time right there. So, you know, I mean, good stuff. Good stuff for sure. Yeah, you know, today was a great day when it came to that. And maybe tomorrow I don't even cover Candace video at all. I don't know yet. Doesn't look likely because I don't think she's going to upload anything. We'll see. We'll check her channel before we get off here too. Her X account.
That sounds like grifter talk to me. You're either in this for truth or you're in it for something else. To be honest, I don't care. I really don't care what you're in it for. As long as you're being genuine. I don't get, like, if you're just in this to grow an audience and you want to get clicks and views and
I'll do you one better. I actually don't even care if he's genuine, to be honest. I just care if he's telling the truth. Like, people could be grifting. People do that. They may not believe, or they may not even be interested in Charlie Kirk or anything like that whatsoever. But if they come into this and they present all the facts, the factual evidence, I actually genuinely don't care what they do outside of their channel. What they do outside of the channel is entirely their opinion and all that. Now, as for me, I hold myself to the standard of being genuine and not pulling anything over on the audience and all that stuff, but I'm the one that I have control over. I don't have control over anybody else. I am here because I want to be genuine and want to do all that. But if somebody's going to grift their way into it, as long as they're telling the truth about everything, then I actually just don't care if they're in it for the money or not. It really doesn't bother me because it's the whole thing of you do you. You know what I mean? When I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to put my kids to bed, and then I'm going to come in here for 30 minutes and I'm going to practice guitar. And I'm going to turn everything in my head to mush and just focus on notes, music, stuff like that. That's what I do. I don't worry about a single thing outside of this. And then I'll wake up tomorrow at like 5 a.m. or so, and I'm going to end up doing a lot of research. You know, that's what I'm going to end up doing. And then once I'm done with the YouTube stuff, I just disconnect from that world completely. That's what I do. I disconnect from it completely. I will miss a bunch of breaking news because, hey, it's rest time. That's just what I do. So I don't know. People do different things. There are some people I know on YouTube that never unplug, ever. And I don't know how they do it. They're like, okay, as soon as I'm done with my stream, Candace. As soon as I wake up tomorrow, Candace. Videos, 4 videos a day, Candace. 3 shorts a day, Candace. And then live stream it again. There are people out there who do that. And it's just like, wow, that is some dedication. It's not even just that. Sometimes it's just politics. You know what I mean? And it's just like, wow, that's crazy. But I mean, it's just what people do. And then other times, you know, obviously, they're like, this is very lucrative. I don't care about any of this, but I'm going to cover it. I just don't care about the angle, though. As long as they are telling the truth, it doesn't bother me.
Make money off of it. Like, as long as you're being honest and genuine, and what you're saying is truth, and you're calling out lies, I really don't give a shit what your motivations are. It doesn't really matter, because what you're producing is good, right? The reason you're producing it is irrelevant. But now, because you got a little bit of pushback on a claim that a lot of people think is total bullshit, now all of a sudden I don't want to do this. I just do this because you guys want me to do this. I don't know why people are questioning me. I don't know why anybody would you jumped into the wrong space, dude.
So many of her theories wrong, you know, and it's not about being questioned. It's being accused. You know, folks on X are saying that I embellish. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. I don't lie. You know, people are saying that I should have said who the cease and desist was from. Look, that right there is where I'm drawing the line. I am doing exactly what my attorney.
Yeah, I bet that's where you draw the line, dude. I bet that's where you draw. It's funny because all the other cease and desist letters, people that have gotten them, they're not afraid to say where they came from. It
is a bit odd to a degree, though. Like, I'm trying to think of a situation as to why you wouldn't be able to say the name of somebody telling you to cease and desist. Unless, like, I can understand if it was a successful cease and desist. Like, if he had to abide by it because he was actually wrong, I can understand why it would be a bad idea to say the name out loud at that point. Yes, I got it from Candace. Yes, I have to comply. Yes, I was in the wrong. Are 3 things that that would suck to have to say out loud. I understand.
They're telling us exactly where their cease and desist letters came from. They're even showing it. And then generally in a cease and desist letter, it's going to specify specific things Candace that the person has done or said, showing specific clips from a video, maybe timestamps, titles of videos, whatever. Like, these things are generally going to be listed in a cease and desist. This is what you've done. This is what you will no longer do. So nobody else seems to have a problem showing their cease and desist and who they got it from. And if you did get a cease and desist from Candace Owens or from somebody that's relatively well known in the Candace sphere, that would get you more views and clicks. So the only reason to not do that.
No, again, so that's kind of the point. If he's forced to comply with it because he did mess up, that actually might backfire on him and might not get him a bunch more views and clicks. It may make people go, oh, he puts out bad information. That's the worry. You see what I mean?
In my opinion,
that's the worry.
Because it's a lie. because you can't prove anything because you made it up. Just my opinion. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Attorney told me to do. Period. And that's all I'm ever going to do. I'm not going to listen to any of you guys ever. I don't care who you are on anything legal. I'm going to listen to my attorney. Now, I'm sorry that has upset some of you guys.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's always an out for cons. Not saying he's a con, just saying there's always an out. There's always that one wall that they can put up. Candace does it a lot.
A few of you I've actually shown the email to. People I actually trust and know personally. I have shown the email to.
Wouldn't you want to show this to the people that don't trust you? Why wouldn't you show that to the ones questioning you? That doesn't make any sense. So I've just got to take people you trust's word for it? That would be like Candace, like, no, I definitely shared this with Ian. He can attest to everything I'm saying is true and accurate.
Maybe I should just, maybe I could see if he'll send me the cease and desist letter. I mean, again, I'm not actually that worried about the cease and desist letter myself. It's not, I don't know. It's one of those things to where I just want to see it play out more than anything. No, I don't know. Maybe I could give it a try, though.
Oh, okay. So I just got to take Ian Carroll's word for it. I would prefer if Candace sent some information to, I don't know, Gary from Paramount Tactical or Graham Allen, and Graham Allen and Gary can come out and say, okay, look, actually check this out, and this is legit.
Huh?
That makes more sense to me. Doesn't make more sense to you guys?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah, I would take Gary's word for it if he came out and said, yeah, the cease and desist is real. So what was Gary's, is that something we should just find out together? What was Gary's take on that?
have seen it, that this was a legit cease and desist that came to my email from that attorney.
I don't even know what Gary thinks about this.
But other than that, that's all I'm going to say. And yes, I pointed out that this came from Tennessee. You could have read that yourself. Yes, I had Candace pictured behind me. I also had other people pictured behind me. You've got Baron Coleman, you've got Stu Peters, you've got
like actual pictures, or was it like just like green screen or something?
Candace. There are so many people that revolve around Nashville. Okay. But that's just
take a picture of a random YouTuber and hang it up on my wall.
I was trying to be personal with you guys and just let you know, hey, this is what happened.
Oh, it's your fault, guys. It's your fault. He's the victim. He was just trying to open up and be personable to you guys. It's your fault. How dare you? How dare you put him in this position?
I received this, so if something happens and FaxMe just disappears, you would at least know that, hey, that's probably why. Right?
I'll say that out loud in a second.
FaxMe wouldn't just disappear. There would be specific content that they would want you to take down or demand that you pull a retraction or do a correction on or whatever the case is. But your whole channel wouldn't disappear, and you wouldn't be able to just all of a sudden stop talking. You could easily just say, I had a cease and desist. I was told I needed to take these pieces of content down. Here's why. Like you can actually say why.
See, well, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I agree with that too. And here's the thing too. For all we know, FaxMe might just have a really bad attorney, and that may be why all of this is going down the way it is. It could actually just be that. It could be that simple. That FaxMe's attorney is just like, oh, you're YouTube. Oh, you got to do all this and this. You got to shut everything down. Now be quiet. And it could be hyping FaxMe up to be a lot more paranoid than what he actually needs to be. You know what I mean? Like, it could just be a really bad attorney. That would be funny if... Well, I guess it wouldn't be funny. That would suck. That would suck if he had just a bad attorney, because now you're paying a guy money. He's giving you bad information, and he's making you look bad online, too. Actually, there's no positive from that. There's nothing... I guess I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not a funny thing. I would laugh at that if that was Candace Owens. I guess I wouldn't laugh at that if that was FaxMe. I mean, that wouldn't be as nice. That definitely wouldn't be as nice. Hello, Colleen. How's it going? So, yeah, there is that. But if it was Candace Owens, I would definitely laugh if she had a bad attorney. So there is that. Not so much for FaxMe. I hope, I think maybe you ought to get a second opinion from a different attorney. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. That may be something worth exploring, but it depends, too. It depends. So, as you said, I'll say it out loud. So, Mike Attitude ended up saying that Gary is trying to find out behind the scenes and then will let us know for the most part. I mean, it's good enough for me. I'm going to trust Gary's word on that.
This just sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
But the fact that some of you get so demanding, like I owe you something. I don't owe you anything. I don't
owe you nothing. I don't owe you anything.
I mean, I understand.
You're going to demand evidence from me?
Well, I understand that. I understand that for sure. When you start getting things demanded from you, you're going to push back. I mean, it's just, like the first attitude any man's going to have is, who the hell are you to tell me what, you know what I mean? We're silly like that. Guys are silly like that. We do that stuff. The moment someone tells a guy what to do, it doesn't matter. We're just going to push back and be probably not so nice about it. Even if it's something that we could have done anyway, easily. We're just kind of wired that way. We're wired, to be silly like that. Just is what it is. Yeah, I don't blame him per se for pushing back like that. Because if a bunch of people are coming up to making demands of me too, I probably am likely to react like that too, in all fairness.
And evidence for my claims? How dare you? Fucking
have to prove anything after the show to you. I don't have to send you. I literally had.
I mean, that's fair. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You really don't. But don't be surprised when people catch on and they just like, F this guy. Like, don't be surprised. If you're not willing.
Well, I mean, catch on maybe, or just in general decide like, you know what, whether he's telling the truth or not, because he didn't do what I wanted, they're going to have the backlash. But, at the end of the day, those are the people you got to ignore. You got to realize that those were the people that were never going to stick around anyway, because you weren't going to be able to make every single demand that, they wanted. It just happens. It's pretty normal. Yeah, I see people all the time go, wow, I was up with you until this one very point where you said something, or who was it earlier? Like, so there was a comment where I said something like sarcastically. It was in today's video, I think. I said something pretty sarcastically, like, hey, if you manage to provide this, then I'd jump on the candy train or something. And someone kind of took that way too serious, and I was just like, it's not that serious. I'm being sarcastic, and I was like, you just gotta, sometimes things happen like that, sometimes people take things the wrong way. People communicate differently to each other.
Willing to prove any claims you're making, especially crazy ones like this cease and desist. Yeah. You don't have to prove it, but people are going to call you out for it. So if you're not willing to prove it,
people always will.
I feel like you don't get to whine about it either then.
Somebody want me to print out a copy of it and mail it to them. Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? That's none of your business. This is my business. This is my crutch to bear.
Okay, so in all fairness, though, you did upload it publicly, so it does make it the public's business when you do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Because a good example, I've got my police report, right, from when I was hit head on by an illegal. And I have my own information. I try to redact that. I try not to show it. There's personal information there. And then if somebody wanted to see that, yeah, I would probably have to go and scan them in and, or take pictures of them and redact. It would be a pain in the butt. But that is something that I would willingly do, I guess. I guess I would, So there is that. I certainly would go ahead and do the redactions because I would want to prove that, hey, this really did happen to me. I kind of would want it to be out there. I don't know. But at the same time, if your attorney's telling you not to list who is on that, I also understand from that perspective too. Like, hey, don't tell anybody who this cease and desist came from. I just don't understand why his attorney would tell him that. Because that's, to me, it's silly, but maybe the attorney has a reason.
Right? Across the bear. I am completely regretting the fact that I even shared it.
I bet you are. I bet you are regretting it because it's already caused you to crash out and completely delete your ex account, which makes no sense. Makes no sense. If this were true, I don't think you would have done that. And now you have to make this video and you're probably going to lose subscribers. You're probably going to lose viewers. Yeah, I bet you're regretting doing that. But instead of just coming out and being like, I'm sorry, I made it up. Here's why I made it up, because I wanted to feel important, or whatever the case is. Not saying he did. I'm just saying this is what you could do to correct it, is just admit to it. But instead of doing that, you
I get attacked on X, people calling me a liar, people saying I'm untrustworthy, whatever. If you don't trust me and you think I embellish things, or you think I'm just asking questions or whatever, if there is any reason, then you just don't belong here. And I'm not saying that to be mean.
Anyway, you guys can feel free to go watch this for yourselves if you want to. I'm not going to watch any more of it. At one point, I think he starts crying. There's another point where he's talking about being excited to go on the Paramount Tactical show, and then Paramount Tactical, or Jen or whoever it was, reached out and basically canceled with him. This is a pretty big claim. And I can't imagine, I don't want to speak for Gary, but I can't imagine that Gary saw this, heard about this, and is thinking, oh yeah, no, he would definitely get a cease and desist letter. Like, that doesn't make sense, guys. It makes no sense that anybody else in this particular sphere would catch a cease and desist before Gary does. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, it does. But we went over that, right? As long as FaxMe actually did something wrong that Candace definitely would win over, then it would make sense for him to get a cease and desist.
So you guys feel free to think what you want. I don't care. I'm not going to talk about this dude anymore. If you guys want to keep watching him, go for it. Steven, if you see this video, your best bet, dude, is probably, if you were lying, just admit it and apologize for it and go from there. Put down the pride, put down the ego, let all that go, and just admit and move on. People will forget.
Well, if that was the case, I don't know that would be... I don't know that that's how it would play out, per se. I don't know that would be exactly why, I mean, it could be losing audience, it could be anything else, or it could just be that he genuinely messed up, had to pull down a video, and doesn't want to admit that because that looks bad. But believe it or not, that actually would not be that bad of optics. It really wouldn't be, because you could explain it and be like, look, I fell for a video. I had to take it down, not tear it down. I had to take it down. You know what I mean? Like, accidents happen. You accidentally get information wrong, and it just could be that FaxMe is thinking that would be a more damaging thing to have out there than what it actually is. I mean, it might not even be that serious. It just may be embarrassing for him that he had to lose one to Candace. And it actually wouldn't be that nefarious. It wouldn't be that he's a mole. It wouldn't be that he's like switching sides or drifting or anything like that. It could just be like, shoot, Candace got me and that looks bad, but it actually wouldn't be that bad. I don't know. I mean, it just depends. I know nothing about what it actually is, and I'm not going to speculate really much more on that. So, I mean, there's that, By the way, so what exactly happened to Jay Witt, though? Let's see. I really want to know. Like, did Jay Witt say he's done streaming? Let me, is he, like, done? Let's see. No, there's this, oh, he's obviously streaming tomorrow. I don't think he's done. He just streamed 2 hours ago. Huh. Wait a minute. Sav says is outside of this courtroom too? Oh, I didn't know that. They shut down the entire courtroom day one. Fascinating. I guess we could get a little info on that. I should probably start covering the Carmelo Anthony case a little bit more. Because they completely banned all the cameras and stuff and all that. It's such garbage what's going on with that case. It is unbelievable. But yeah, I'm glad he's covering it at least. So let's see. They're going after his wife's job. Yeah, I saw that. I feel bad for his family and them too. Streamed earlier. No. Oh, he's just done with Candace. Okay. So is Candace Owens been the problem for his wife's like position? as a district attorney. What, good Lord, what is wrong with me? As a superintendent? I think Jay Witt saw Storybox's video about over-focusing on Candace. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. Over-focusing on one subject is a great way to pigeonhole yourself to where, like, imagine if Candace Owens dropped everything today and was like, hey, by the way, I'm done covering this case for now, and just goes silent. Anybody who only made a career off just covering Candace Owens only instantly just lost their jobs overnight. You know what I mean? That's a pretty easy thing to figure out, you know? So that's why it's not a good idea. Now, I try to not cover Candace Owens that much, but again, sometimes just so much information comes out, and it's like, I just got to cover this because it's crazy, you know? And it's fun. It's fun for me. What I hate the most, actually, is covering a Candace Owens video, going through it and debunking. Oh, man. I do not like doing those that much. But it's only because of the amount of times that I have to listen to the video, find the information. It's just, it drones. It's like, I don't know. It's boring. It's boring for sure. But yeah, let's go to Paramount Tactical's channel. We're going to get to this part tomorrow. I'm going to come into the stream a lot earlier tomorrow because tonight I had to start late. Wife not feeling good. I actually thought she was in here. Weird. Am I going crazy? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. She ain't in here. I'm going nuts. But anyway, yeah, so we'll go over his full video tomorrow. And we'll get down to the bottom of it. We'll also go over this space. I'll be in the stream a lot earlier tomorrow. So there's that. But, you know, whenever a autoimmune flare-up happens, it's just not good. She has to lay on the couch and just relax, you know what I mean? Or in bed and just relax for the day. And so then I got to run around, do this, take care of the kids, do videos, and then come back. And then also do a live stream while she hangs out with the kids. She's feeling a little better for now, you know? I mean, happens at the end of the night. The flare-up goes away usually a lot more as the night goes on. But, you know, it can happen. Wait. Moshe says, it seems a lot more going to fall because of their negative feelings towards Candace, and they want to be seen as good Christians. Talk about crazy. I'm confused by that statement. I don't have negative feelings towards Candace, per se. I just want her to provide proof of what she claims. That's all. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, Candace Owens goes, hey, Erica Kirk murdered Charlie Kirk, haha, and just provides no evidence whatsoever. So it's like, yeah. Let's raid.
And ultimately, maybe even a jury to decide.
Let us
But
raid.
it doesn't matter. Public figure, though.
We are but humble Vikings, raiding this poor Paramount Tactical Village. We're gonna go here. Everyone, click that pinned link. We're gonna jump on into this live chat, and we're gonna pillage. We're just gonna pillage the crap out of him. Why not? No, he would destroy this in the blink of an eye. That'd be like a whole bunch of Vikings trying to pillage Thor's, you know, entire homeland there, all of Asgard there. Just yeah, that would go well for us, wouldn't it? Hey, Anna Osley says Nick is awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna assume that's me, even though more than like 9 times out of 10, you know. Did Candace say that? Yeah, I can pull it up for you. Here, I'll pull up the tweet real quick before we go over there. Let's see. Candace Owens. Wait. I'll just type in Candace Owens text murder. Maybe that'll. Are those enough keywords? Here we go. I'm asking everything. First question: why did you murder your husband? I'm in the way of it. Oopsie poopsie. Move myself over here. All right, there we go. There we go. That'll zoom it in a little bit. So are you saying she didn't say it? Just out of curiosity, I'm down for a little bit of an argument before we go, you know? We'll go ahead and we'll just see what he says here. So, wait, you're blocked on Paramounts? That's weird. Andrew Wilson blocked you too? Weird. I wonder what happened. Oh, she said it in jest. Okay, well, let me bounce this back to you, Moshi, because I love when y'all fall into that trap. Why is it weird that Erica Kirk laughed at emojis, but Candace Owens can directly make fun of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated to Charlie Kirk's wife? Which one sounds a little bit more inappropriate? Just out of curiosity. Kind of curious there. So Candace Owens can very freshly mock Charlie Kirk's death. Her best buddy. But Erica Kirk's not allowed to laugh at an emoji? That's quite the double standard, don't you think? So there you go. How's that? Now I got a question. What's a Black Widow? Actually, I'll wait. Please, you're not addressing the text. I'm talking specifically about the text. What are you talking about? So, yeah. I'd like for you to keep them in context. Did you hear anything I said? I'm not talking to myself, am I? Hello? Hey, Moshi, I'm over here. Can you explain that for me real quick? Why was Candace Owens allowed to jest about Charlie Kirk's death? But Erica Kirk, according to Candace, was not allowed to laugh at an emoji. She wasn't for real when she said it. Oh my God. Okay. Assuming Candace was joking about Charlie Kirk's death, her bestest buddy, why is she allowed to joke about Charlie Kirk's death, but Erica Kirk was not allowed to laugh at an emoji? Are we on the same page? Okay, but Candace Owens is the one who had a problem with Erica laughing at an emoji. And then Candace is like, oh, by the way, I was just mocking Charlie Kirk's death. Double standard much, again, right? What I am asking doesn't matter? Well, then what you're asking doesn't matter. Now, I got a question for you then. Can you tell me, if I call a woman a Black Widow, what do you think I am saying? She did say it for real, though. She did say it for real. What do you think a Black Widow is? Okay, Moshi, you're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. You're not even paying attention at all. You won't even acknowledge it because you know you got called out for it. So, Candace Owens can mock Charlie Kirk's death. Erica Kirk cannot laugh at an emoji. Okay. That's a crazy double standard. I'll take the win on that one. We're going to move on. When Candace Owens called Erica Kirk a Black Widow, which I'm going to show you right here, did Candace Owens call Erica Kirk a Black Widow? What do you think a Black Widow is? Okay, no, Moshi, you don't get to decide that nobody is taking it serious because Candace took it serious that Erica Kirk laughed at an emoji. So we're going to stick with apples to apples on that. Now, yes, Candace Owens called Erica Kirk, widow of Charlie Kirk, a Black Widow. What is a Black Widow? Do you know what a Black Widow does? The Black Widow spider is a female spider that kills the male spider when the male spider impregnates her. You also call widows a Black Widow if they killed their husband. Okay, Moshi, if you're going to say and side with Candace Owens, and Candace Owens is going to say that Erica Kirk can't laugh at an emoji, but Candace Owens can mock Charlie Kirk's death, that is a double standard. That is a ridiculously stupid statement for you to make. That's a double standard. Erica Kirk isn't allowed to laugh at an emoji, but Candace Owens can mock Charlie's death. That's a crazy take. Now, if you could answer my question, Moshi, because we're on the topic of a Black Widow now. What do you think calling Erica Kirk a Black Widow means? Very curious. What is it? I'm not going to entertain anything else. We are on the Black Widow subject now. What do you think Candace Owens meant by Erica Kirk being a Black Widow? What do you also think, because in the same sentence, she also said she should write a book like O.J. Simpson. If I did it. Do you think Candace Owens... Okay, Moshi, if you don't answer my question, I am going to ban you. I've given you every opportunity to acknowledge this. Last chance. We are on the subject of Black Widow. What do you think Erica Kirk... Or not Erica Kirk. What do you think Candace Owens meant when she called Erica Kirk a Black Widow? She said it to JD Vance on her on her Bride of Charlie video. Would you like me to pull it up? Because I can pull it up for you really quickly. I'll pull it up real quick. I'm going to have to be quick and hop off here in a second. So, I'll just type in murder. Candace Owens claims Erica Kirk is a murderer. Okay. I'm going to pull it up here in the transcript. Widow. Okay. Is it in this one? Is this the right one? This might not be the right video. This let's see. Doubles down on now. In this video right here, you remember the two ladies? Okay, check this out. I'll pull this up actually later. I want to stay on the Black Widow topic. I'll pull this up again, but she directly accuses Erica Kirk of murdering Charlie, and Candace agrees. But we don't have to do that. Ah, here we go. Gets destroyed. Walks back. Let's see. What is it? I'll have to find it. Let's see here. Link me the exact video. There we go. It'll be way faster if I just do this. There we go.
All right.
Black. There we go.
The first minute is not the sound of a wife becoming
Oh, wait. That's on this one. Okay, right. Gotcha. Wrong one. Black Widow. This is him talking about... Wait.
Her own friend said...
No, that's not the right one. Oh, Black Metal Song. Okay. This isn't the one. It's JD Vance, I think, anyway. JD. Dang it. Nope, this isn't the right video. Wrong video. It's where she says, JD Vance, that's a Black Widow. I'll put the other there. Do you guys know which one it is? Real quick. Here's the exact video. There we go. Found it. Never mind.
Could you...
This is it. Wait a minute. Why? This isn't on Candace's show. Whatever. If it pulls the clip, we'll see. Black Widow. Okay, here it is. It's right here.
That she needed to do what was right for her family. That's my best read on the situation. I think Erica is calculated. And I want to say to JD Vance, you better wake up fast, okay? That's a Black Widow, my friend. You will get bit. And you should probably consult your wife on this matter.
The warning here is spot.
There you go. So anyway, what do you think she meant by calling Erica Kirk a Black Widow? No, we're not scratching the text. We're not scratching the text because when Candace called out Erica for laughing at an emoji, and then Candace mocked Charlie Kirk's death to his wife, you're not scratching that text off, dude. That ship has sailed for you, buddy. That ship has sailed for you long, long and far away. So no, you don't get that. You got the Black Widow comment. Oh, not that she murdered anyone? Do you know what a Black Widow is? Okay. Black Widow crime definition. In criminology and psychology, a Black Widow is a term for a female serial killer or offender who systematically murders or harms multiple romantic partners, spouses, or close family members. So, yeah, I don't care what you say about that, Moshe. Your opinion's completely irrelevant. I'm just entertaining this for now. You were wrong. You got called out. And now you're defending Candace Owens, and it makes you look very foolish. Very foolish. Because you gave Candace Owens a double standard. Candace Owens is allowed to joke about Charlie Kirk's death, but Erica Kirk is not allowed to laugh at an emoji according to Candace Owens. Now, if Candace Owens didn't make such a fuss about Erica Kirk laughing at an emoji, well, then I would let it pass. So no one will take the Black Widow comment, and nobody will take the fact that she said, "Why did you murder your husband?" Nobody will take the fact that she said, "Erica Kirk betrayed Charlie." Nobody will take the fact that she said, "Erica Kirk is involved in this cover-up." This cover-up. Do you know what a cover-up would be? Murder. You get charged for murder if you cover up a murder. Did you know that? So what did she mean by Erica Kirk is covering up the murder? Then she would be charged with murder still, if convicted. So do you not understand how that works? Like, this is crazy. You want to know how I understand how it works? Let me show you something real quick. Here we go. See this channel right here? Oh, look at this. Wow, it's a true crime channel. Hey, look at that stud there, wearing the same shirt. Oh, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I kind of know a thing or two about this stuff. That's how I found out. Just want to point it out there. So, yeah. I won't say Moshe's stupid. I'm just going to say very ignorant. Just doesn't quite understand how the real world works. That's kind of the point. But it's okay. I didn't know how the real world worked. I'm 33 years old. There's still parts of the real world I don't know how it works. That I'll find out at a later time, probably. So, you're saying you really don't know what you're talking about, just jumping to conclusions? I didn't jump to any conclusions whatsoever. Not a single one. I know the definition of a Black Widow. Guess what the real Black Widow does too? It also kills its husband. There's no confusing that. There is no gray area. There is nothing else. If you call a woman a Black Widow, you are calling her a murderer. Well, look, at the end of the day, Oshi, you either learn or you get bent. So seriously, I'm going to ask you one last question. It's a yes or no. Are you going to defend and say that Candace Owens was not calling Erica Kirk a murderer when she called her a Black Widow? Yes or no? Very simple. Did you not see the definition? A Black Widow is a term for a female serial killer or offender who systematically murders or harms multiple romantic partners. Are you kidding me? What other definition of Black Widow is there? You are? You're just disingenuous. You know you're wrong. Now you're banned. How dare you come here and play stupid? Now that wasn't a smart thing to do. That was not a smart thing to do at all. Okay? Don't come here and play stupid. I showed you the definition of Black Widow. I showed you what a Black Widow was. I showed you her calling her a Black Widow. And you're like, no, that doesn't mean she murdered anyone. That only murders. That only means you murdered somebody. That's it. You don't call somebody a Black Widow for any other reason. You go ahead and you go on your own term, Moshi, and look it up yourself. That's what I want you to do. Go look up the term Black Widow, and you look up every single definition, including that of the spider. And you tell me it means anything else other than murdering your husband. Go on ahead. That's fine. You'll learn something from it. Anyway. Oh, no way. I wasted time. Oh, well. I'm sorry, guys. It happens. Anyway. Guys, I got to hop off here for now. It's late. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me go ahead and read out the super chats to Ash Bay for the 5, Cherokee Chick for the 5, Angela for the 10, and Mary Jean Blair for the 5. Thank you so much, guys. I genuinely appreciate y'all. We're gonna come back. It's gonna be an extra long stream tomorrow for sure. It happens that way, right? But anyway, definitely extra long stream as it happens just about every week. But it's worth it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share if you have not yet, guys. And I will see you all here in the next one. Later.